Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
Yeah, moving too bossy, we don't tread softly, but not flossy, the streets that taught me, moving too bossy, we don't tread softly, but not flossy, the streets that taught me, I'm just trying to get my nigga paid. We came from Section 8, and I knew I was at since the 2nd grade. Man, I swear my time is coming, cause I'm never late. Came from broken homes and broken dreams to getting paid.
Boss Cowboys.
Your voice matters.
And it does. On both good and bad ideas. So we gonna talk about that. But then obviously this is the last slept on of the season. We got a lot of measured Kool-Aid because it looked different. You see atomic bombs going off. You gotta read the sign. Bunch of coaches in the back. You got JESSE HOLLEY with 2 teams. What is going on? You got babies. And obviously we got Martin Luther King. So we gonna talk about all that because we don't want the mob to run the Cowboys. We want to be clear-headed. So I'm gonna give it to you straight and measure this Kool-Aid. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
No watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. No watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. Need no middleman, I'm the man to man, send it in. I like what I like, me, I know my rights is sipping in. I like having fun, I do what I want, it's what it is. For my son and son, for my daughters, yeah, it's for my twin. I work through the night, I do what I like, get a check, I go for the ride. I've been down the ride for the win, still move on the hush, never run for none. I face my fears, I just drop a 9 month to month.
Let's
still
go.
from year to year. No watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah.
Boss, I've been down the ride for the
No
win.
watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again. Get some checks, I invest, and I spend a check. Spend a check, get it back, then I take a risk.
Let's go.
Only race is the human, I take care of my skin.
What?
I was doing this as a rookie, now I'm up to vet. Set the trend, set the pace of play. I don't trip, but if I fall, bet I make a way.
Ooh.
I take trips in the fall, watch the leaves change.
What?
I like to treat every day like it's
it's my
my B-day. No watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah.
Let's go.
No watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. I'm sporty and rich,
Yeah.
I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich.
Yeah.
Do it again, again, again. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich.
Yeah.
Do it again, again, again.
It's Boss Cowboy Sports where your voice matters.
Do it again, again, again.
And all the executives have a seat.
Do it again, again, again.
Ooh. We are officially in the off season. So I'm still a Cowboy fan. That ain't changed. I'm still on solution modes. And we go talk about it. You know, like I still, honestly, and I mean this, I have a cornerback mentality. When you played that position your whole life, you can't Well, I can see you can, but I'm gonna say it like this: it's just hard to just keep worrying about when you got beat. I'm sorry. I got to move on to the next play. I'm wired like that. I'm gonna do that, and I'm focused on solutions. This is gonna be a very in-depth show. I've already done a lot of research. I got a lot that I'm gonna unpack on this show. I'm gonna say this is gonna probably be one of my best shows, probably ever. I'm dead serious. Also, I want to encourage people. This is not the time to tune out. I would even say this is not the time to take a break. This is a time to where we need to be locked in more than ever. I know some people go on to cry and all that kind of stuff, and we go do that. We go let you be mad. We go let you do all that. But it's a lot on the horizons that can affect the future, and we need to still be active and participating in the process. Because if you put your head in the sand right now, you go look up and we go have some changes that you had no voice in and you had no influence over, nor did you try. So I don't want to go out like that. On to the next play. And let's play ball. So first of all, obviously, you know, just keeping it real before we get into everything, we know people are aggravated. And this is a dangerous time. Because see, some of y'all think I'm playing when I say our voice matter. I'm not playing. Dead serious. But it's scary though. When we have a voice, which we do, we all should know that we have a voice. Let me explain that. Did Jerry Jones really want to put Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor now? No. But why did he? He literally said it. He said when he saw the fans and he saw how angry they were with DeMarcus Ware going in before Jimmy, he had to change. And he did. So there's a lot of people don't believe that they voice matter, but you matter greatly. But that also means we got to be very disciplined and intentional, in my opinion, on our ideas. We can't be just an angry mob, because I'm hearing a lot of burn it down, burn it down. Let's tear this place apart. Burn it to the floor. Wait. Whoa. Wait. This team got 12-5 talent. I don't think you want to burn that to the floor. So, since we know our voice matter, let's not be an angry mob. Let's organize. Let's talk about it. Let's debate. Let's have some real discussions on what can we do now. And I'm gonna start it off. I think I got some good ideas. I'm gonna make a clear case. The measure Kool-Aid is gonna probably be literally some of the best Kool-Aid that I've ever measured. And I mean that. I'm very excited about this show. But y'all got to stay with me as I break this down. Y'all know me. So people that been rocking with me for a while know that I'm an investigative type. I'm an attorney type. I make a case. I don't do a lot of emotions. I make the case. And my boss say, boss, they too emotional to do that right now. Yeah. My boy say Jesse Holley. Yeah, I got Jesse Holley on the thumbnail. You gonna love that part. Ooh, when I get to the Jesse Holley part, y'all gonna love your boy Boss when I get to that part. Cause I had to go dig for this. I had to go dig. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. About my boy Jesse Holley just real quick. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But I want to tell you, man, that boy Jesse Holley gave us the answer a long time ago. We already got a fat super chat. With a super chat this big, I'm going to pause and take it. My boy dropped $19 on you, boy. He said, "Yo, boss, I really appreciate what you this past season. You kept my hopes up when I was ready to tap out. After the San Fran game, I'm ready for the offseason. Your boss, Cowboy God, and many more. I have some good news and some bad news. I'm no longer writing a book. I'm not doing that. I'm going to do all my content video. So y'all go get more now than what I used to do in the book, because the books obviously are good tools. I just think we're in an era of videos. So I'm transferring all the content to video, and I think it's going to be better that way. It is. It's going to also be faster, and it's going to involve y'all more because I'm going to do it with you. So I just wanted to say that real quick. But I appreciate that fat super chat, bro. I'm still address that. And I always appreciate y'all showing love like that. And for those who don't know, we do have a segment where we take nothing but super chat. So if you leave a super chat and I'm continuing the presentation, I'm still gonna get to it. Just remember that. But I was saying something that was real important before I get into it. Jesse Holley did give us the answers. So y'all gonna have to wait before I get deep into that. I'm gonna get deep into that. And Jesse Holley did a damn good job. I can't wait to get into that. I'm actually very excited. All right, y'all. And so we gonna get into it and explain some of this stuff, because first of whoa, the wrong button. Wait. I'm sorry. Wrong button. I ain't mean to show to Jerry and Jimmy. That was a accident. But we gotta be careful, okay? We gotta be very careful. That's why I had to pause and talk about the times we're in. Because see, if you already, like I said, been rocking, you know that we as a unit are very influential to the Dallas Cowboys. So we can't be the angry mob. We have to discipline ourselves, or we gonna be so angry, we're gonna want to burn it down, and we gonna start throwing babies out with bath waters. Because I'm seeing this a lot of people that want to do content on who's to blame. I always totally believe that you never look for blame. I think that's the worst thing you could ever do when you're trying to solve problems, is try to find the blame. I think the most important thing to do is to be very intentional, to look for the cause and the effect, and then try to build a solution around it. To me, I think that's the best way to try to move forward. You know, because it's a lot. I'm telling you, it's a lot of people right now that want to burn it down, and they will be okay with firing everything, getting rid of players because they're angry. And that's, to me, not the way to make decisions. All right. So before I get into solutions, I do want to revisit some history though, right? Because obviously I did take some flack over my stance on the game that was coming up. And I was warning. I kept warning everybody. And I kept saying, I don't like what's being preached out here. I don't like the environment that we are creating. See, because let me say something that's kind of amazing. People must think I mean your voice matter only on good ideas. Your voice matter when we also talking together with a bad idea. I'm gonna say that again. When we are all speaking together with a bad idea, that still matters and it's still effective. So when I was listening and I kept saying, bruh, listen, I kept telling everybody, don't fight the noise of the people that kept saying we was gonna blow out Green Bay. I was saying fight against that. It's not about thinking Green Bay was better than us. It was about knowing your team and listening to the head coach as well as other coaches like Coach Marv with head coach experience who can tell you how teams sometimes, every now and then, some teams can't handle success. And when you know that about your team, you have to do the opposite so that you can make them play at their best. In other words, you got to intentionally keep that team humble. Because if I'm going to give you a perfect example. It might not be perfect, but I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you a good example. I train sometimes my boys, right? In Taekwondo. And I was training my son. And I loved it because he just kept it real with me. He said, Daddy, he put his hand up. He said, Daddy, I ain't feeling this. And then inside, I almost bust out laughing. Because I loved it because he was honest. He spoke his mind. And he wasn't afraid to speak his mind, man. I loved it. But
bringing real back. He be speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
I couldn't show it. And I didn't. I walked up to him. I said, you think I feel like it? I said, you think I feel like working with you? I could be asleep. I could be doing something else. I could be doing a show. So I start getting on him because that's what he needed. But what I wanted to do was dap him up and say, man, I feel you. With all my heart, because he was so real. I loved it. I was like, my son is something else. I literally inside laughed in my heart, but I couldn't show it. And that was the message that I was trying to send to Cowboy Nation is, yes, we believe in them. Yes, we know they can do it, but it's bad to show it. That was my message because it makes them, from history and from a lot of coaches, even your head coach. So let me just play it and we go talk about it and then we go get into what to do. Here we go.
I don't think Dallas is going to take any team lightly. I don't care, at home and away. Look out for these boys. These boys are coming strong. That's all I got to say. I'm going to support you, OP, and all you guys. I really enjoy listening to you. This is James from Jersey.
James from Jersey. You say James?
Yeah, James.
I'm going to lock you in, James. So the next time you call, I'm going to call you by your name. James from Jersey. All right?
Okay. All right. All right, boss. Go Cowboy.
Yeah, and I hope James right. Go Cowboys, man. Here we go. So, like, I hope James right. I really do. You know what I'm saying? And I do think so, too, that we hungry. We showing a different type of hunger. This type of show is to just make sure. You know what I mean? Because I'm hating the environment. I'm hearing what's out there, and I'm not liking it. I'm not liking, oh, Dallas is playing at home. They win at the house. And like, bro, come on, bro. Like, y'all are setting us up for where we play at our worst. Like Mike McCarthy said himself, we don't play well with success. So this is the proof that I wasn't lying. See, when I told y'all I got to dig this stuff up, I got to go actually research old shows and find it. And I went and found it where he said it, because I do that type of work so that we can know, especially on this channel, if I'm saying it, I've researched it. I'm not just talking. I'm not just playing. If I'm going against the crowd, and listen, y'all, I want y'all to understand something. It's not financially smart for me to go against the mob. I want y'all to understand it. When the whole crowd is saying, oh, yeah, we finna blow them out. It's not financially smart for me to go against that. Okay? Because my whole thing, because if you placate to them, you'll earn a subscription. But you're not saying what's best for the team. Hold on real quick. Let me play this. Here we go.
Clarence?
Are you a burn the tape type guy, or just a game where you go back and what your message was?
So keep in mind, this was after Buffalo. Okay, so just listen to Mike McCarthy. He's going to explain us.
Tonight, what was your message today? What are the teaching points for performance like that?
Definitely not a burn the tape thought process at all. We've we've had a chance to go through it with the players. Turn the page to Miami. So that's what Growth Monday is for. I think it's important to stay in the consistent into the flow of going week to week. And frankly, I worry more about games where you play really well. I think handling success is a bigger challenge than getting punched in the mouth.
Ooh. So what's a bigger challenge? So getting punched in your mouth don't worry you as much as success? So it's just like my son. And so people wasn't understanding why I was like, stop saying we finna blow these boys out. Stop saying that shit. It's not. Y'all forgive me for cursing. I'm passionate. Y'all know I love this team, so every now and then I might let one slip. So then I'm over here agreeing with my coach like, bro, stop saying that, because we create an environment to where they come out flat. What happened? What happened Sunday? This ain't about, I told you so. I was right. Y'all was wrong. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's about being serious. And I was serious. Jay Tuck was serious. It's a whole bunch of people that's very serious about this. That's not playing. Big Game James is serious. Law is serious. Like I had to call and check on a bunch of people for real, because they care deeply about this, bro. Deeply. Candy mad? When have you ever seen Candy mad? Huh? West Coast? Man, it's boys it's boys and girls that was like, man, is it worth it? And I'm talking about some of our best voices. And the most independent and pure people. People that really want to win. And so when I was saying, bro, stop saying we finna blow this team out, a lot of y'all was very disrespectful. Very. Y'all came at me like, oh, boss, you scared. That's why I went at one of them dudes. I said he got a big nose. I went at him. Because, see, I went through that whole presentation. Proving case by case why Green Bay was dangerous. I showed the throws of love. I showed the weapons. I showed how 4 of their receivers was in the Boss Cowboy guide. I showed all of that. And Boss listened to my whole case and came back and said, oh, you just scared. And they continued to preach the message. Basically, we finna blow them out. We got nothing to worry about because we playing at home. So when they came out flat, some people was like, how dare you blame the fans, boss? See, I'm not a hypocrite on this stuff, bro. I know our voice matters. So when we all speaking together in the wrong voice, that matters too. So yes, I do hold us accountable. I do. And that's why I don't want an angry mob. I don't want no angry mob response to this loss. I want a measured response. I want a thoughtful response. I want us to think through this. I don't want us to anger through this. Think through this. So let me go back to what I was saying. It's almost finished. Here we go. So stop telling them, hey man, y'all got this in the bag. Why would you tell them shit that make them play at their worst? I just don't agree with that strategy. I totally telling them, hey man, y'all got this in the bag. Why would himself? We don't play well with success. So stop telling them, hey man, y'all got this in the bag. Why would you tell them shit that make them play at their worst? I just don't agree with that strategy. Hey man, y'all got this in the bag. Why would you tell them shit that make them play at their worst? I just don't agree with that strategy. I totally disagree with it. I feel like, call me scared, whatever. I take it. I'm saying take these boys serious and go in there to kill. Go in there to kill. Go in there to just let it all hang out. Like Coach Marv always say, you got a gangster a win up in there. You better be thinking gangster even in your house, because they trying to show out in our house. So I said today, and I mean this, I think I've earned the right for my warnings to be taken serious. I'm just being honest. Like, damn. And this ain't, listen, this ain't about, oh, this the best channel. No. I think I've earned the right. So I'm gonna tell y'all something. If I'm ever saying something that's against what everybody's saying, at least give me the benefit of the doubt. I know I've earned that. Because I was saying in 2021 and proved it with the film that still was better than Lyle Collins. I proved it. I wasn't taken serious, bro. And that idea would have probably had us beat San Fran. Still was on the bench in 2021 when we was playing San Fran. And he was the best run blocker. I warned about Kellen Moore in 2022. I wasn't taken serious. I warned about what we was doing. I warned. That's why I sleep good, because I know I did my best. It's like I lost money. I didn't go out there and say, man, we finna beat Green Bay. See, that would have made me some money if I would have been out there like, woo, we finna blow these boys out. Woo! Because that's what the mob wanted. That's what the crowd wanted. They was feeding me optimism, feed it to me. And I'm like, just like I did my son, even though I want to laugh with you, even though I want to say that, I can't say what's bad for my team. If my head coach communicated that I'm more concerned about how we handle success, I'm not going to communicate that y'all all that in a bag of chips. I'm going to keep you humble. And we didn't. So that brings me to this. We got to say issue. We got to say issue. Is Mike McCarthy the right leader for the Dallas Cowboys? In a lot of ways, I would say yes. But in some pivotal ways, I would say no. I could go off and list a bunch of great things about Mike McCarthy. His common sense, his open door policy, the way that he care about the players, the way that he keep those guys together, the way that he fall on the sword for his guys. Mike McCarthy is a good man. I personally like his style. I love how football is first to Mike McCarthy. I also love about Mike McCarthy, not like love. I really love the fact that he knows how to work with Jerry and Steven. I think he's gifted. I think he has political wisdom. That's a gift. He knows how to navigate through the messiness of the politics and the media. He knows how to charm the media, even though some of them been gunning for him. It's some media people been gunning for him, and he's smooth. But there's a hiccup to me with Mike McCarthy. So in 2021, y'all remember when he talked about the team was flat. And then they walked out there and played flat, right? Y'all remember that? And when they played flat, it was like his pivotal flaw to me is I don't think he handles momentum when it's getting away from us. I think that's the pivotal flaw that he has. And when I look at the history of him, I also see that. Some people go say he's a regular season coach. I wouldn't trash him to that degree. Okay. I still think you can win a Super Bowl with him. And it's also a risk because if you lose him, it's not just him that you losing that great synergy of coaches. But when I think about, like, even when he was with Green Bay and they was 15-1, they had a meltdown that was similar to this. I know y'all think Aaron Rodgers didn't fail, but Aaron Rodgers lost to the Giants when they was 15-1 and the Giants barely squeaked in. And that's when the Giants won the Super Bowl. The first L that they put, not the first, the second L was on a hot Green Bay. That Green Bay was hotter than this team, 15-1. It also happened, if y'all remember, after the Dez catch. Do y'all remember that? See, he went on to win after the Dez catch. He went on to, he won. He won that game. But guess what? The next game was who? If you remember. Hold on. Wait. Wait. Who was the next game? I see y'all super chats. Nope. Beast Mode, you was close. You think in 2016. Beast Mode said ATL. You close. Do y'all remember? My boy said ATL. That was in 2016. Danny got it. Yep. And Mr. Carr got it. It was Seattle. Yep, it was Seattle. They had to play Seattle. Now, do you remember what happened in that game? I see the likes are down. Do y'all remember what happened in that game? All right. What happened in that game? Remember, Green Bay was blowing out Seattle in the first half. And Seattle began to come back. And that momentum got to rolling. And he could not turn it off. Just like what happened yesterday. Just like what happened when they was 15-1. And just like what happened in 2014 versus Seattle. I see a pivotal flaw in his ability to stop momentum. I think he's great at preparing. So it's not too many coaches that I would say we would need to get rid of him for, but I'm gonna also say this. It's some that I think would do better. All right. So let me talk about a couple of things that I think is the solution. All right. I'm going to get down to the solution. All right. So before I get down to the solution, I'm going to talk about some things that I think is not the solution, but it's popular. And you hear a lot of people say it. Hold on real quick. I can't see y'all comments. Y'all give me 1 second. I need to see y'all comments. $200 people with 100 likes. I'm gonna talk about them likes in a second. I'm gonna talk about them likes. But see, I'm gonna just talk about some of the things I'm hearing, right? That I think is not the solution, right? Number one, I hear this a lot. Swag, he definitely follows the channel. Good dude. Supports greatly. Cool, humble, right? And he said, to Big Game James and me, great content. But if we don't start using the influence to spotlight the Joneses needing to step down, nothing changes. You don't get bounced in the first and second rounds for almost 30 years because all players and coaches were chokers. That's impossible. And that's a fantastic thought. It's fantastic. It's real. But it's not feasible. You know what I mean? It's not even possible, right? Because it's a lot of us that we keep calling for Jerry to step down as GM. That's not the answer because he's still the owner. And then that would be a superficial change. And I'm gonna tell you something. If they did it, let's say if we all joined voices, right? And we was all saying it together and angry. Jerry needs to step down. I'm so sick of Jerry. I'm gonna denounce being a Cowboy. And especially if people stop going to games and stuff. Jerry was come and say, I have decided that I'm going to denounce my role as GM. And everybody be like, yeah! And it wouldn't mean a thing. It would just be a title swap. Because he's the boss, because he's the owner, he still has ultimate influence on the whole organization, regardless of what his title is. So that's why I'm not looking at that as a solution. I'm like, nah, that's not the solution. In my opinion, one of the major solutions is finding a coach that's willing to disrupt them. That's the solution to me. We need a disruptor, and not in a negative way. Just somebody that has the cachet to push back. All right, so let me explain. So, and I mean this, I'm seeing a lot of criteria of coaches having descriptions. Like, so if we was to lose Mike McCarthy, I swear to God, I'm seeing old versus young philosophy, and I'm gonna talk about that. I'm even seeing conversations about him being fat versus the fit coach, which I do think there's some credence to that. I think it's overweighted, but there's an element to that I agree with. Then obviously you're hearing the innovative versus traditional. You're hearing that. But the main characteristic that I want to see in either Mike McCarthy, which I don't think we go seeing Mike McCarthy, being honest, or the new coach, is someone willing to be a disruptor to Hollywood, Dallas. Hollywood, Dallas. I think that's the main thing that we need, is somebody that can bring accountability and discipline to this talent. Somebody that can say no access to the Hollywood, the distractions, the things that's causing us to be undisciplined. And if that coach doesn't have, in my opinion, a demonstrated ability to hold men accountable and push back against some of the corporate stuff that we see with our team, we're going to be here again. Hollywood. So when I'm looking at coaches, I want to first make sure, can you see, let's just ask a question. Was this team disciplined? Was this team accountable? Nah, I ain't asked was they talented. I asked was this team accountable and disciplined?
Oh, hell no.
Let me show y'all something. Cause y'all know Coach Marv. Coach Marv be lying. He talking about Coach Marv. Coach Marv, man, we need to take a break, boss. Coach Marv went right to work. Coach, look, Coach ain't stopped working yet. Coach, did he say that? Coach, like, hey, boss, we need to all take a break. No, we don't. Coach went right to work. I love Coach, boy. Coach, y'all got Coach messed up, boy. So let me show y'all something Coach said, and I'm gonna break this down. When I tell you this, listen, y'all gotta stay with me on this show. Y'all gotta stay with me on this one, because I'm gonna break this down. I'm very serious about solutions. I don't play that. I'm very serious, bro. See, that's why I went hard on that dude when he came in, and now he go try to jump in the chat after saying I was scared. I was like, nah, bro. I know exactly who you are. And you was very disrespectful, bro. I did all this research, and then you listen to the whole presentation, and you go just call me scared just because you want to be a cheerleader? And because I'm not going with the crowd? But anyway, I don't want to get back on that. But man, listen, look at Coach. Man, Coach say, listen, look at Coach, man. Coach say, I don't like fish at all. But this is true. If focusing is missing in the biggest time, and he tagged me. So I checked it out. And boy, Mike Fish, he said some real stuff. Some real stuff. And he coined something that I'm gonna say it was straight dope. I was like, woo. Let me clap it up for Fish. I'm gonna clap it up because he has some dope. Let me clap it up for him. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all need to go check his article out and his video out. He did good on this one. He really did. And Fish said something that was wise. He said, you gotta manage in Dallas. He said 53 brands. Yeah. Everybody that got an endorsement deal over here or something over here where they can go make some dollars over here, and you know, where they able to capitalize off the Dallas Cowboys, right? He said 53. I said, and then he said the biggest point at the end. He said, and this is the deal. If you try to go to them and say, you can't do this and that, we need you to stay focused. He said their response is gonna be Jerry doing it. Boy, I was like, boy, Fish was on that straight dope. That was straight, bruh. No chaser. He right. And that's what Fish is talking about. He just got a different name for it. He called it 53 brands. I'm calling it Hollywood Dallas. Who can get these guys with as much as a media circus as Dallas is? Who can get these guys to be all in on football to where you can see the discipline displayed on the field? So let's talk about a couple of things, because I told you I'm like an attorney on this one. I'm gonna make a case. Okay, I'm gonna make a case. All right. So let's go down the line and let me make my case. So I talked about the first thought, which is people saying Jerry need to fire himself. So that's not gonna happen, right? That's not gonna happen. So I'm not pushing for impossible. So the next best thing is a coach that can hold players accountable and instill discipline. And so with that thought, I've been seeing ideas come about, especially on stuff like, I've been seeing a lot of generic ideas like we need a young coach. Because see, I put out an idea, obviously, where I put out there and I said Belichick is the guy. He is the guy. I'm gonna explain why. But I was getting a lot of pushback, and it was stuff like, stop, Jerry has to stop hiring dinosaurs. And I was like, all right, Cowboy fans, we have to stop thinking shallow and simple and minimize opportunities to age. It's like, and in my opinion, we got to think a little bit in more detail than just young. All right, let me tell you why. Because let me just ask you a question. Was Kellen Moore young? For everybody that wants a young, innovative coach to come save Dallas? Are you sure? Because one of the major things with Kellen Moore that we all hated is he seemed to be a front office puppet. That's what he seemed to be. Because how does Amari Cooper get phased out with you as the OC? And you sat up there and sung the company song the entire time. So when you want one of these old young coaches, keep in mind, do they have the stripes to push back? Do they have the battles to go back into Jerry and Steven and say, I disagree? I think Fowler should be the starter. I don't think we should get rid of Amari. Y'all think a young coach gonna have that kind of cachet? See, this is the thing. If you think, because it's more than just the ideal of we need a coach that's young and innovative. You can have one that's young and innovative, but you got to remember that person is more than likely going to be influenced and bullied to a degree. Because this is the greatest job they ever had. So if you're looking for a culture shift, I think you need stripes. I think you need some people that got some wins, some people that have won some battles, some people that can say and have respect when they say it.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, I need people that can say, oh, hell no. And because of the wars that they've been in, at least for a year or two, Jerry and Steven say, okay, we gonna give you some rope. I don't see no rope happening with no young coaches. I'm just keeping it real. So don't come to me about the culture problems of Dallas and then try to make it tie together with a young coach. I don't see how that tie together. I don't. I'm just keeping it real. Listen, hey, that's why I say I don't want no angry mob. I want us to discuss this. I don't want us to have us a real logical discussion about this. I'm not into the emotions. I'm not into the mob. I'm angry. You ain't gonna see no videos from me where I'm going crazy on my team. You ain't gonna see that. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna think about stuff. I'm not gonna do that angry mob stuff. I'm not doing it, bro. And this is the thing. I know that stuff do numbers. I swear to God, I know it do big numbers. You don't have to know no content to do that. You don't have to have no ideas. When Dallas is angry, they want to hear angry content creators. And they will reward you with subscriptions. And y'all will lose together. Unless somebody can say, all right, let's stop all the bitching and crying. What's the answer? How are we going to fix this? And let's really have a logical, intelligent debate. Let's talk about this. We just got mopped. How are we going to fix it? I'm not into that old mob stuff, bro. I'm dead serious, bro. I don't do the mob. I'm cool with that. I want us to think. I want us to listen. That's why I was so angry when people weren't listening to me when I was saying, bro, stop telling them they go blow this team out. Even if you feel that, don't say it. But anyway, I beat that drum. So then, hold on, let me make sure. I'm gonna just show you that this is one of the main things I've been hearing. Just, Cowboy, stop hiring dinosaurs when you talk about Belichick. And then I want somebody young and innovative. That's what DFW Sports said. Man, this dude got 18,000. I didn't even know that. That's pretty cool. Then this guy said, if you want Belichick, go for Vrabel. He's a young version. No, he not. Say, wait. What? Huh? What? No, Vrabel is not a young Belichick. No. But then you also have people, they go always try to come in, they go try to bully ideas. Like Bobo say, stop looking for old ass coaches to change the culture. We need a young bull. All right. So hold on, wait. So you think a young bull? Who? Wait. Who is it? What young bull out here go change this culture, bro? Huh? Wait. So you mean to tell me that there's some young bull somewhere? Where? Like, where's this bull? Who? Like, who? Listen, Mike McCarthy has beat the snot out of Jerry over and over. And even when Mike McCarthy came to Dallas, Jerry then was like, we want you, but with my OC. So wait. Mike McCarthy beat the snot out of Jerry for years in Green Bay. I mean, dog walk Jerry. But the mob thinks the answer is we need a bull. Man, y'all tell me what this unicorn is. I'm open to it. If you could, y'all looking for Zeus or somebody, man. No, bruh. Somebody got to have some skins on the wall. Hold on real quick. So, this is the other thing. Because I told y'all I'm making a case. I keep hearing also, we need a coach that can relate to these players. And if they can relate, they're going to play better. I'm going to tell you right now, we already got that. Dan Quinn is a player's coach. Mike McCarthy is a player's coach. They like them. The players like Mike McCarthy. The players like Dan Quinn. But the question is, do they fear them?
Oh, hell no.
They don't fear 'em. No, they don't. And the proof is in the discipline or the lack thereof. And see, when I say fear, I ain't talking about old school coaching where you cuss at players and talk down to them. I ain't talking about that type of fear. I'm talking about somebody that holds you just accountable. Like, for instance, if you late for a meeting, you ain't starting. And stick to it. Sam Williams, you keep making these penalties, you're not playing. And you stick to it. So the type of coaches who have demonstrated through wars, not us hoping they go do it, demonstrated that they make that type of decision. What coaches have demonstrated that they make their players accountable? What coaches? Cause see, to me, and I'm just being all the way honest, that's what we need. A coach that's feared. The players, see, I got a problem with all these people that's like, man, we need a coach that can coach these guys in the modern era. It's like, when did the inmates start running the asylum? Oh, see, man, you already ahead of me, bro. And let me tell you that this is why Jess that dude, bro. Don't be getting in my presentation, boy. Boy, Jess in here, man. Last Second Sports. You already ahead of me, man. Don't get out of my presentation. That's my boy. That's my boy, man. He's a good content creator for the San Francisco Niners, man. He does good work. He talks good ball. See, you hit it on the head. Those are the two I'm thinking about as I'm in this. You already see, you gave away the punchline, though, bro. I was building up to it. So let me get into it, man. Oh, this is a good one, too. This is a good one. This is a super chat. I wasn't expecting it, but it's a good one, bro. So Mike Tomlin, he's demonstrated it. See, his current quarterback that was drafted high was benched. Say, RM, if you come in here talking about Wayne Breezy said hi again, we gonna shoot you up out of here, bro. You ain't gonna come in here just to troll me. What the hell you think this is? You think you gonna come in here just to troll me? Nah, bro. I'm gonna let you chill for a second, but you need to have a football discussion. If you ain't talking about football, yeah, you go get you. Yeah, I'm gonna let you know.
Everybody around me shooters. Ain't no telling who was shooting.
Don't shoot this dude yet, or whoever this person is. Yeah. Cause I think that's a Philly fan. Cause San Fran people don't act like that. San Fran people like Jets. They act like, yeah, they don't act like you. Don't shoot him, yo. Don't shoot him. I'm gonna give him one more chance.
Everybody around me shooters. Ain't no telling who was shooting.
Bruh. Quit playing with me, boy. All right, anyway. So if I'm looking for a coach, and this is the thing, I'm looking for a coach, and I'm spelling out the specific criteria, not just young, old, innovative. Nah, I need somebody. Yeah, I know you was kidding, but I don't. That's fine, a kid, but we talk about football. You're not gonna just come in here. I'm gonna just let you know. If your goal is to come in here and just troll the host, obviously I'm not gonna be cool with that. All right. If you would have came here and saying the Cowboys lost, I'm cool with that, because we did, and we deserve to get hit by the people that don't like us. Because guess what? We took the L. But you just ain't gonna troll me. I'm gonna just let you know that. Yeah, some of y'all think y'all can do anything to content creators. I'm the one that's gonna tell you to chill out and respect me. That's all I'm gonna say. You can go at the Cowboys, but you ain't gonna go at me. I'm gonna let you know that right now. For real. For real.
Everybody around me shooters. Ain't no telling who was shooting.
All right, but he said he was just playing. We all good. We all good. All right. So, if I'm looking at a coach, I need certain criteria to counter Hollywood. I need somebody to counter what Mike Fisher called the 53 brands. I need somebody that's going to get this team disciplined. That's what I need. And that's in my opinion. And I'm talking about based on the specific problems that I saw on the Mike McCarthy team. The specific problems. I ain't talking about generic answers like innovative or fat or young or old. No. What was the specific issues that we saw consistently, and who has the cachet and the pedigree and the experience to fix it? Who have the medals? Who can demonstrate to us that they've done this? So let's start. Harbaugh, I would absolutely say yes. Have demonstrated it. Demonstrated anti-Hollywood. And you need somebody, like I say, we need somebody that's a disruptor. Somebody that can, and I'm not saying somebody that's going to be rebellious against Jerry and Steven. I'm not saying that and will. I'm saying somebody that has the skins on the wall to say, I ain't gonna just sit back on what y'all saying on this. So like, for instance, a perfect example, if they come to a coach and say, hey, we have a philosophy here that if we pick them, we gotta play them because it helps us in the long term with budget. And it's sticking with our draft guys, what gives us the future ability to pay our guys. So who has demonstrated a willingness to push back? Harbaugh has. See, Harbaugh was a good coach, but one of the things that had him out of San Fran was that he was pushing back against San Fran front office. Willing to do the right things for the team. And let me tell you one thing I can tell you about Harbaugh, just keeping it real. Harbaugh does not have at all no love for bastards versus sons philosophy like we do. He doesn't. And he's very aggressive. And I'm talking about Harbaugh. He's very aggressive at making small changes that make a big deal, a big difference. And he said, have I watched Michigan for the last 5 years prior to this win? No, I haven't watched all of Michigan. I ain't gonna lie, I have not. But I'm talking about culture right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about his ability to coach, but I did watch very aggressively him at San Fran, and I was impressed how he took Mike Singletary's team and immediately went to the NFC Championship 3 times. Oh, all of us would have called it this a good season. Even if we went one time, this was a good step in the right direction. All of us would have said that. If we had any coach take us to the NFC champion, we took a step in the right direction. See, all of us would have said that. But see, this is the thing about him that I think he's the guy that shows me the traits to be anti-Hollywood, right? I see y'all super chats. I promise you I'm putting them to the side because I'm going to take them. I promise you. Philip, I see your super chat. I'm going to tell you a couple of moves that really impressed me about him. Harbaugh. The Kaepernick move was very impressive. Very impressive. Because it's a move that never would have happened under the Dallas Cowboys currently. See, because I want y'all to keep in mind, Alex Smith took them to the NFC Championship twice in a row. I'm going to say that again. Alex Smith was the quarterback to a good San Francisco team and went to the NFC Championship twice in a row and had some good games in the NFC Championship. It wasn't no embarrassment. They ain't get blown out. It was a battle. You could walk away like, hey man, we'll be back next year. And Alex Smith was 5-1 when Harbaugh said, let's go with Kaepernick. Wait. Wait. Do you think a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys that would have been drafted in the first round took a team to 2 NFC championships? You think they that aggressive about getting better?
Oh, hell no.
And I saw him do it with one of their safety. I think his name was Whitner. Yeah. He was one of their best safeties, a leader on the team. And guess who was up in the first round? And they was like, we moving on. I'm talking about one of their leaders. A hitter. That boy saw Reed coming out of LSU. That boy was like, bye. Bye. We are upgrading. We are upgrading. And did it. See, that ain't Hollywood. See, all that. Well, we like our guys. See, that ain't, I'm going to tell you right now, that wouldn't ride with Harbaugh. I'm going to tell you that right now. See, that's what I'm telling you. Man, I'm telling you, that boy stole my point. I see the medals on him. I see the medals. And the medals tell me he willing to fight against the culture of our guys. I need somebody not to tell Jerry and Steven, you're stupid, I'm smart. No, I need somebody that can just push back. I need somebody that can make a case and an argument and got the medals to do it. The medals. So then you got Pete Carroll. So Pete Carroll, medals. Come on now. That's obvious. He's a winner. He got the medals. No doubt. His teams play hard. No doubt. He's a leader of men, no doubt. I just don't know. Are you the coach to bring us out of Hollywood? I just don't know. And if we was to go from Mike McCarthy, I don't want to go from a coach as good, I would say as great as Mike McCarthy, to yeah, but I don't know. I'm just being honest. So that makes him a no to me. Whether he young or old, if I'm looking at the criteria of what I think this team needs, I'm like, no, just period. I've seen people say prime. And same thing. Up and coming, ascending, marketing genius. I'm going to tell you, he would absolutely clean up in free agency. Ooh. He would clean up. That man is a closer. That man know how, listen, if it's anybody that's a salesman, but my only issue with somebody like Prime is I don't know if he Hollywood. As a matter of fact, we know he Hollywood. And I'm not saying that in a negative connotation. He just kind of got a Jerry mentality just a little bit, to where he knows how to market and do business and coach at the same time. And that's almost scary to me when you kin to Jerry. And on top of that, I think, and I'm just keeping it real, I think his heart is into his son. And it's like, it's like he watching his dream before his eyes, coaching his son. How would that mix with managing the top franchise in the world? And then his son go be an NFL player. You go mess around and he gonna either be on your team or you gonna be probably coaching against your son. For another team, I love Prime. I love Prime, period. I love Prime the man. I love, man, you talking about, man, Prime was somebody I greatly looked to, man. But if I'm trying to think business and I'm like, man, it could work, but this has that feeling of, I just want a young coach. It's like, if Steven and Jerry went to him and was like, hey, we got a philosophy about building through the draft, and we really like to really give our guys, the guys we drafted, ample opportunity to develop. And sometimes, you know, some of these free agents are going to be a little bit better, but we believe in a long-term future that is best, that we sometimes sacrifice the now for the future. Can you say no to that? I don't know. And like I say, when I say I don't know, I'm moving on. So then we got Mike Vrabel, who I can see, but I don't know any stories, but I can see in him that he's a man's man. He's a leader. He's a leader's leader. Everything about him has the presence of an alpha or sigma man, natural leader, somebody that's going to me, command a respect just with his presence. He's that type of guy. Same problem though to me as the other young coaches. Where are your skins? Where are your stories? Where can I look to say that you have the cachet and the medals to push back, to be a respectable disruptor? And then there's Belichick. This is the guy that makes all the sense in the world to me. There are some flaws in Belichick. We gonna talk about those flaws. I'm gonna be very, very honest. Daywalker Vaughn asked me a question. He said, would I clean house? I would only clean house for Belichick. Belichick would be the one exception, and Harbaugh. Those would be the only two. I wouldn't do it for anybody else. Belichick is my first choice. All right, here we go. So, it's been a lot of talk about Belichick, and I'm gonna make my case. All right, and if you don't like the case after I'm finished, cool. But I'm gonna make a case, and I think it's gonna be a very, very strong case. And I'm gonna hit my music before I make the case. It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. I don't. I'm gonna talk about all of it too. All right, here we go. So this is my case on Belichick. So first of all, Belichick, it's been a lot of talk from especially influential real media people. I ain't talking about people faking. I am talking about some people that when they say it, they either have quality real sources or they are reading quality tea leaves, almost undeniable tea leaves. One of the people that's been beating the ground hard about the possibility of Belichick to the Dallas Cowboys has been Mike Florio. And Mike Florio has a tremendous track record. See, because y'all got to remember how he handled Randy Gregory. Ooh, you think about it. Boy, how he handled that Randy Gregory. Man, it's a whole lot of people don't want to know the truth about that. I promise you. Ooh.
You can't handle the truth.
And Florio was talking about these local media people that was carrying that water for the Joneses.
You want answers?
Ooh. Yeah. He went in on it and he killed it. So it's almost like I watch these journalists so I know the ones that I ain't saying they perfect. I ain't saying they don't play games. I ain't saying they don't clickbait. But I'm gonna tell you, that Mike Florio is not one of them. He take his job very serious. He's old school. He's somebody that's gonna be researched and he's gonna really try to come out with some things. I'm not saying he's perfect. But see, I'm gonna play this from 105.3 The Fan, and they did an excellent job with Mike Florio. All right. But Mike Florio, I'm gonna say, did an even better job with them. So we gonna talk about this. We gonna put this all together as he making the case of a possibility of Belichick, but then I'm gonna make the case of why, to me, Belichick is the most logical. All right, so y'all be patient as I just set this up. Now, this is from 105.3 The Fan. All right, so here we go.
You been busy?
A little busy. You know, I think we're going to look back on this week as one of the most impactful, memorable, and historic that we've ever seen. With all these big name coaches, Mount Rushmore type figures in the profession, available, retiring, fired, whatever. So many vacancies, so much activity, so many moving parts, and still there might be more. There might be more. You know, some people think Mike Tomlin might decide he's had enough in Pittsburgh. I think we should all be keeping an eye on the possibility of Andy Reid retiring in Kansas City when their playoff run's over. The Buccaneers could move on from Todd Bowles if they lose on Monday night. Nick Sirianni seems to be in quicksand, and if they want to upgrade, there's plenty of guys out there that they could hire in this cycle. So it's been crazy, and it could get even crazier.
Where do you think Belichick ends up, or who do you think is really interested in him?
Well, we've seen multiple references to the Falcons. I was told over the weekend that Josh Harris, the Commanders owner, is enamored with the idea of Belichick being the coach of the team. Now, Harris is setting up this committee approach that might make it difficult to come to that conclusion, especially if Belichick wants power over personnel and they want to have a bunch of different people. And if you've got, like, the owners seem to be more involved there, the limited partners who in other teams, you know, yeah, they own a little piece of the team, but they really don't have a voice. Magic Johnson has 4% of the team, and it seems like he's got a lot more than 4% of the voice, and I just don't know that that's a place where Belichick would actually want to go. And what I said on halftime of the Bills-Dolphins game Sunday night on NBC, I think this is very important, and we've talked about this before. Don't get caught up in all the non-playoff teams that are out there with vacancies. There are 14 teams left. 13 of them will eventually lose. And all it takes is one of them to say, we've got everything we need except a high-end coach. And you know the old Bill Parsons?
Yep. So he's setting the stage of what could see, because he already, let me explain this. So he's right. This year is almost like one of those years that's deep in a draft on a position you might not need. I'm gonna say it again. This year for coaches. I'm gonna say it again. This year for coaches is like a position that you have on your team that's deep in the draft that you might not need, but the draft is so rich on talent that you still have to consider it. You see what I'm saying? So when you know, in a normal year, Mike's job wouldn't be at risk at all. It based on what he did, the 12-5 and all of that he would have been safe as hell. You know, Dak playing on the MVP play, yeah. But see, this year is different. How many times do people get on the market with multiple Super Bowls? Mike Tomlin might be on the market. He right. Right. You got a lot of coaches with some rings and a lot of success. This year is rich. So he just painted the picture and said, before I go back to it, he was basically saying, all you need is a team that would say, we got everything, we just need the right coach. Who does that sound like? You don't think Dallas, after what just happened yesterday, should not thinking that? And they should be thinking that, especially with the talent of coaches. See, when we hired Mike McCarthy, it wasn't too many out there with like who the coach from the Bengals, I forgot his name. You remember that coach from the black dude? I forgot his name. It was some, you know, we was hoping, what was his name that went to Denver? We was hoping he was gonna become available. I forgot his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What's that coach? Sean Payton. Yeah, we was just hoping Sean Payton. He wasn't even available. We were just hoping. But if you go look at the market, Marvin Lewis. Yeah, it was people like Marvin Lewis the first time Mike McCarthy was his hat, you know, when his name was in the hat. Man, come on now. Marvin Lewis or Mike McCarthy. That's easy. Like, for real. Come on now. Right? No knock at Marvin Lewis, man. But come on now. That's easy. if you look at credentials, resumes, big games, championships, all that kind of stuff, that was easy. But you telling me if Mike McCarthy sitting right beside Jim Harbaugh, sitting right beside Pete Carroll, sitting right beside Vrabel and Belichick, oh, this is a different year. This year is different, bro. This year got some talent, bruh. This boy, you talking about some boys who got some mess. What Steven say? Scans on the wall. Shit, boy, these dudes are decorated generals, bruh. So let me go back to Mike Florio because he was setting the groundwork. Here we go.
So saying, if you want me to cook the meal, let me shop for the groceries. If you could give Bill Belichick a fully stocked kitchen with gourmet options, you don't need to shop for the groceries. The groceries have been bought. All you got to do is cook the meal.
I was not buying. I went back and listened to him in the presser say he's willing to cede personnel control.
Wait. I got to go back to what he just said. Because, see, that's where a lot of people keep getting off. They keep saying Belichick was trash at personnel. Do we have a personnel problem in Dallas? We don't. At all. And so Dallas is way different than New England. So when Belichick was in New England for years, he was GM and coach, which is crazy. That's a lot on your plate, dog. Just think about all the work that y'all go through when it's the off season and we all researching all these candidates. And on top of that, contracts and all of that. And on top of that, preparing your team and your coaches to play. He did that for years successfully in a salary cap era. And then it got bumpy lately. So if you go look at and of why they had problems with Bill Belichick, it wasn't his coaching. Let me ask you a question. When we played Belichick this year, did any one of us say they're going to be undisciplined? None of us said that. We said we got to be careful because we know this team is going to be disciplined. We got to be careful because we know this team is going to play hard. So, regardless of talent, even if this man got bad groceries, all your players, regardless of the talent level, are going to be disciplined and they go play hard. So what if you go to an organization where you already got the groceries and we can take that off your plate? And we can say, man, you ain't got to do all that GM stuff, bro. Do this. Because we already did this with Mike McCarthy. We did this with Dan Quinn. Listen, we know what we doing over here. All you got to do is go to Will McClay and say, hey, tell him what you want to cook. That's all you got to do. He got you. Yeah, that's pretty much what, you go to Will McClay and you say, hey, I like my players to be this type. I want them to be this length. I'm looking for this type of attitude and demeanor. We want a certain score in terms of the Wonderlink. That's what we're looking for. Yeah. You just tell Will McClay what groceries you want. That's different than him being a GM, y'all. Yeah. And guess who knows that? Bill Belichick. I'm gonna prove it. I told y'all, listen, I'm in my attorney form right now, bro. I'm finna break this down. So listen.
And you know the old Bill Parcells saying, if you want me to cook the meal, let me shop for the groceries. If you could give Bill Belichick a fully stocked kitchen with gourmet options, you don't need to shop for the groceries. The groceries have been bought. All you got to do is cook the meal.
I was not buying. I went back and listened to him in the presser say he's even willing to cede personnel control. I thought that was just a company line. I'll do whatever it helps, whatever it takes to have the Patriots win. Did you buy it? And what do you think's more important for Bill with the next stop, personnel or quarterback?
Well, you got to have a quarterback if you want to compete. Now, it can't be all about the quarterback. It can't be only the quarterback. And look at the teams that get it skewed, where it's all about the quarterback and there isn't enough help around the quarterback. You got to have a team. And from that team emerged Tom Brady. The second run of the dynasty, it was more about Brady and it was more skewed to the offense. But I think he just wants as much as he can get. He wants the best possible team. That's why there are so many people, and this was quiet a few weeks ago, and it's getting louder. More and more people are onto it. Jerry Jones added some fuel to it. And I heard him on your show Tuesday trying to blame the media for mischaracterizing the words that came out of his mouth.
Man.
That's not a us problem, Jerry. That's a you problem.
Thank you.
I know you can't say that, but I can. But
I did.
You see how Mike Florio, you see how he trying to little brother Shan and RJ? Ooh, but y'all better peep. Mike Florio over here like I'm the big dog up in here, bro. He said, I know you can't say that, but I can. Ooh. Boy, he said, y'all better peep game. See, boy, yeah. See, he was pulling rank right there.
Yesterday.
But look, well, you can't say it when he's on. But
yeah,
wait till he hangs up.
Yeah.
But it just makes too much sense. If Mike McCarthy makes the kind of boneheaded mistake that we saw the Week 17 game, Saturday night, throwing the ball on 2nd and 15, giving the Lions enough time to drive down the field and score the touchdown that would have won the game, but for the whole 2-point conversion fiasco, that's the kind of thing that if he does it in the playoffs and they lose, he's done. Quite possibly. Based upon what Jerry said and based upon the availability of Bill Belichick, it's quite possibly going to be the end for Mike McCarthy because...
And see, that's why I told y'all, when Florio and them saying this, either they have sources or they are really diagnosing the tea leaves on an expert level. And what he was doing is he was saying, okay, Jerry didn't make a commitment to Mike McCarthy. Likely he didn't make that commitment because of the rich candidate pool, which makes sense. You don't commit to, Mike is going to be our coach next year and the candidate pool is rich as hell. No. And why would Jerry do that? Like, why would you tell a guy going into the playoffs, your job's safe? No, you tell him, bro, we already told you, NFC championship or you could lose your job. That was understood last year. But then the media was like, will you commit to Mike McCarthy since he's won? He been 12-5. And Jerry was like, nah, we gonna go game for game. And it was nothing wrong with him saying that. That's what you're supposed to say. But we so cutthroat here, we like, oh, look, Jerry didn't commit to him. He shouldn't have committed to him. No, we said last year, NFC championship or it depends on who out there. We might go somewhere else. And he putting the tea leaves together. That's what happened. He said that's why he said based on what Jerry said and based on what's available.
There is a clear opportunity to upgrade to a guy that can give Jerry what he's been chasing since 1995.
All right, let's get into this now. Mike Florio, ProFootballTalk.com, had the column yesterday. A Jerry Jones-Bill Belichick partnership is not as crazy as it sounds, and I'll needle Mike, and I'll be texting him back and forth. No chance, not happening. Then Peter King, your colleague, comes out and suggests the same thing. Here's my counter to what you've been writing and saying with Belichick's effusive praise of the Cowboys and the Joneses. He does that with every team every week in a preview in his press conference.
See Sean pushing back on him. I ain't mad at that, Sean. Ooh, and he told him, this is my retort to that. He like, I read your article. You trying to act like it's something here, but Belichick praises everybody. That's what he's saying. Watch Mike Florio. Watch Mike.
Greatest defense. It's the greatest player. He praises everyone through the roof.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. You're wrong. And I read all of his press conferences. Most of them are grunts and farts and belches. Okay? He goes on and on. Every time it's time to play the Cowboys, he goes on and on about how much.
Is he lying? Because he not lying. Because what he say? I read all his press conferences. Most of them is farts and... See, think about it. Belichick is known for saying little. Right? He's known for saying little. But when it comes to Dallas, he does go on. I'm going to show you. I told you I did my research, and I'm not playing on this show. I'm not playing. I'm dead ass serious.
Respect he has for Steven and Jerry. On and on. Did it in 23 when they played. Did it in 2019 when they played. And when he did it this year, people in New England in the building noticed. They noticed it. It was conspicuous. So
he making his case. So Shan tried to push. He pushed back. He said, you wrong. wait. Mike Florio said, he told Shan, no. He said, no, I've researched this. He like, no, don't play with me. You coming out there like he does this with everybody, and I'm telling you, he does not. I'm not playing with this story. That's what he's saying. I'm not trying to be first on this story. I'm trying to tell you that it's a realistic thing that could happen. And that's from me being a professional, first-class journalist that does real research. Hit him with the no, you're wrong. And I guarantee you, if Shan had a comeback, he would have said it. But he couldn't refute it.
People there think he's going to go to Dallas if McCarthy doesn't last. And, you know, the lazy take that I hear from so many people, and I don't want to say it's lazy, it's just kind of misinformed because you don't follow it closely enough. The obvious take is they would never get along because Bill would want to run everything and Jerry's not going to give up being the GM. When you see the things that Belichick says, it's clear he's fine with them being the ones that set the table. He respects what they've done.
See, he making a case based on research, and he's saying people out there being lazy because I be hearing people say that Belichick he was bad at personnel, and Mike is saying, bro, Belichick would gladly be like, y'all can have that GM stuff. Let me coach it.
Personnel. He respects what they've built. It makes, when you see what he said, it makes it more likely, not less likely, that they would all get together and they would find a way to get it done. And
let me pause. See, because he said if you look at what Bill said, it's more than likely that they would get together and they would work it out. So let's go listen to the previous press conference before Dallas played, and let's see if he was lying on how Bill Belichick was going on and on and on and on and on and on and on about Dallas. Here we go.
Team, you know, they've been good for quite a while, and you know, it's like made a few adjustments the last year, but you know, Jerry, Steven, you know, put together, you know, a great organization, and you know, Mike, you know, is kind of evolved things a little bit this year with offensively with, you know, his role in it, and you know, Dan you know, does a great job. Their defense, which is, you know, once again near the top of the league in a lot of categories, most importantly points, and you know, Bones does a great job with the kicking game. They're very aggressive. They have, you know, best returner in football, and so it's a well-balanced team. I think Coach McCarthy's done a really good job of, you know, balancing the team out. They obviously have some great players down there. You know, 8 guys in a Pro Bowl last year, most in the league. You know, it's been kind of their history. They've always had, you know, a lot of very, very good, high-profile players. Going back about as far as you want to go back. Maybe not quite to 1960, but
what? What? This dude. Did y'all just hear him say going back to 1960? Am I the only one that just heard that? See, when Mike Florio said that New England took notice, this is why. He was going on and on and on and on. Oh, Bill doesn't want to come to Dallas. Boss, give it up. You're just a YouTuber. You don't want to be. Come on now. This is what Mike Florio is talking about. See, listen, I told you I went and pulled it. I'm showing you what Mike Florio was talking about. Yeah, this dude, man, listen, he said, as far back as you want to go back, 1960. Listen.
Eight guys in the Pro Bowl last year, most in the league. You know, it's been kind of their history. They've always had, you know, a lot of very, very good, high-profile players. Going back about as far as you want to go back. Maybe not quite to 1960, but not too long after that. And so they've got a lot of firepower. They can run the ball. Done a good job with the running game. Pollard leads the league in touches. He's got a lot of carries. Lamb is, you know, dynamic. I mean, he's great receiver. Obviously, we had problems with him 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was, 2 years ago. You know, Cooks is an explosive player. We got a really good offensive line. So we're good on offense, and defensively, you know, the front's very disruptive. You know, Parsons obviously is every stat you could want.
Keep in mind, this is no notes. This is just him scattering report from his brain. Oh, I want a young coach.
Tackles for loss, pressures, quarterback hits, sacks, you name it.
Look at the amount of detail he knows.
Lawrence, Osa, and they got a.
And look how he knowing everybody's name. He knowing the Cowboys more than some of us. He going on and on and on detail. No no. They're a 3-tech guy. He calling them names. He's Bones, Fossil. He done named. He talked about Bones. He talked Osa. He named it. CeeDee Lamb, Cooks. He naming them. No notes.
A disruptive front, and they play a lot of guys similar to what we saw last week at the Jets. You know, they roll those guys through. They have good depth on the defensive line, and you know, a lot of experience in the secondary. You know, Steph, Hooker. They move Bland outside, and they've got Lewis back.
Look at all them names he just recalling, bruh.
You know, he was hurt first part of the year, preseason. Didn't play against the Giants, but you know, he's back in there now. So pretty experienced in the secondary, and obviously Van Der Esch, you know, really good middle linebacker, real smart guy, runs the defense, has a lot of range, a lot of size, a lot of range. You know, really athletic kid, a smart kid. Versatile, does a lot of things for him. Plays in the deep part of the field, plays linebacker, plays on the edge of the defense. I do a lot of different things with him. And, I know Coach Quinn has had a lot of praise for the flexibility of their defense, and I think you can see that they do a number of different things with some guys like Kurse and Van Der Esch and Parsons. Start with Parsons, but Parsons, Van Der Esch, Kurse, guys that are versatile that can, you know, play different spots from on the line of scrimmage to off the line of scrimmage to even in Van Der Esch's case and Kurse's case, you know, in the deep part of the field. You can see those guys in the deep part of the field. You can see them on the line of scrimmage, which is, you know, pretty unusual. So
that boy said pretty unusual, which was a dig at Quinn. Bruh. But let me keep going.
But that's kind of run down on their group. They're you know, new kicker, really big leg. You know, missed his first kick, but
missed his first kick, bro. Listen, bro, this detail is crazy.
Been good since then. Had a good preseason. I see why they kept him.
See, it wasn't just the first game. He said had a good preseason. That's why they kept him. I want a young coach.
Really really strong leg, and you know, good when it's good. Really, you know, they're.
See, this is showing out now. See, this is why I know he was interviewing right here. He was really low key showing Jerry and Steven how much he want to be our coach.
Leader on special teams. This guy you got to get, you know, Slater, Hardy type guys that, you know, were really the flag carriers in that group. So, pretty experienced team. You know, added Mozzie on the defensive line. He's part of the rotation. That gives another good defensive lineman in there. But a lot of experience on this team, and they would go out there and they do a lot of things well. You can see why they, you know, have the consistency that they've had. And, you know, Mike's kind of, you know, I'd say changed things around a little bit this year, and looks like that's, you know, working out pretty well too, getting things the way he wants them in terms of the kind of complementary game that they're trying to play. But you know, Mike's always done a good job. He's always been, you know, a really hard guy to coach against. He gives the defenses a lot of problems, and schematically, and obviously they have good players, so it's a double-edged sword. All right, so there you have it. It's Dallas.
Boss. All right. So you telling me this attention to detail doesn't translate to his coaches? You telling me that this attention to detail don't translate to his players? Is this the reason why when you play Belichick, his teams are always ready? Is this the reason why he know how to work every rule of the rule book to his benefit? Are we dealing with a coaching genius and we acting uppity? Are we acting uppity on genius after we just got blown out by a young ass team? I don't want him, boss. Come on now. He's an old fart. Did you see old fart? Have you even seen any one of our coaches ever do this? Ever. I'm talking about any one of them. I ain't even seen Jimmy Johnson do this. I'm dead ass serious. Have you ever seen Mike McCarthy break down a scouting report on the opponent with that much detail? Boss, does has he been keeping an eye on Dallas? Does he really want to be a Cowboy? You know I got the answer. I've researched this, bro. I'm telling you, I'll be dead ass. Listen, I'm trying to win, bro. I know we just lost, but I'm still trying to win. You understand? I'm in cornerback mode. We just got beat. We just got 6 scored on us. I can't get up and cry all day. We still got to play. Because right now, the play is who could be the next coach. So I ain't got time to cry. Let's get to solutions.
Given your time in the league and Jerry Jones's time in the league, now decades, do you have much of a connection with him? Have you been able to develop?
I mean, I have a ton of respect for.
Do you have a connection? Do you have a connection with Jerry? I think that question is important.
Jerry and Steven, the way they run the organization down there. I mean, they've had decades of success. You know, they were really the team of the 90s, you know, with Jimmy. And then, you know, they've been good. They've been competitive every year. I mean, obviously more than competitive. They've had, you know, a lot of great players down there. You know, Tony had a great run, you know, couldn't, you know. But, I mean, you know, those are great years there with Tony, Coach Parcells. When we played them here in the early 2000s. But, I mean, I always keep an eye on them, just the way they do things.
You always what?
Ourselves when we played them here in the early 2000s. But, I mean, I always keep an eye on them, just the way they do things.
So you can't. Was he lying? See, you can't recall that much unless he telling the truth. When he say he said Dallas, he went back to the 60s. You talking about a football savant.
But I mean, those are great years with Tony and Coach Parcells when we played them here in the early 2000s. But I mean, I always keep an eye on them, just the way they do things. They've gotten a lot of players that they've gotten a lot of production from that I'd say aren't like big name players, free agents and guys that they dig out down there. I think their scouting staff does a good job. They're very
so for those of y'all, will he want to be GM? He finna talk about his thoughts of the scouting staff. Oh, boss, he gonna want to come over here. He gonna try to take over for Will McClay. He gonna go over. That's why I don't do mob. I don't do the mob, bro. It's about research and having an answer, bro. I don't do that mob stuff. I'm telling you, I don't do it. Let's do some research. We gotta be some people that's gonna actually put in the work. I'm telling you, I'm so cool on emotional Cowboy fans. Y'all can have that. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being angry right now, but we need to slow down and think and make some smart decisions and some smart ideas.
Experienced. Almost all their scouts have been with the Cowboys their entire career. So they
what? How do you know this? Wait. What? God, dog. All of their scouts have been with the Dallas almost there. Damn, you know them down to the scouts and how long the scouts. What? Like this old nobody scout that nobody know that's traveling across the world. You that detailed that hey, that guy named Lewis, he's been with Will McClay for 7 years. Oh, that other guy Jim, he's been with Will McClay for 6 years. This damn. Oh, well, we don't want him because we old. It looked like his mind young to me. I'm not saying nothing wrong with his mind.
They home grow them and they learn their system, and I think they've managed their personnel, really well. Steven kind of runs that with their personnel department, but I mean that's very consistent organization. I mean they show up every week, every year, and pretty good. So I have a ton of respect for them. Definitely watch what they do and how they do it. And
I definitely watch what they do and how they do. Oh, boss, Belichick is an old fart. Boss, he don't know nothing about Dallas. I mean, I'm showing you the film, bro. I mean, you can call me a lie, but you can't call the film a lie.
Try to learn from it.
And try to learn from it. I'm done, bro. I'm done, bro. I'm still not done making my case, though. So Bill Belichick already telling the world that I'm trying to learn from Dallas, but we got people scared that he go try to take over in Dallas and go try to fire Will McClay. Bro, that's why I told y'all I'm not doing that angry mob shit. I'm not doing it, bro. Y'all can keep it. I want some answers, some solutions. I want a way to win. I'm telling you, that's what I'm interested in. I'm not doing it. I'm cool. I'm serious. I'm cool on that. And I've done all this research to show you this is what Mike Florio was talking about. This is what Mike Florio said New England took notice of this. In other words, they was offended how much he was praising Dallas. Bruh. That's why I tried to bet somebody the other day. I said, I will bet you $50 this dude finna be our next coach. I'm sorry to say it, but I just think this finna happen. And I was willing to put money on it.
Bill, looking at Mac's play under pressure this year, do you see growth from him in that area?
Well, I think, you just got to look at the whole the whole picture. There's always little things on each play that can affect, what happens on the play. Some are at the quarterback position, some are at other positions. So, ultimately it's about team execution, and that's what we all need to focus on. The line, quarterback, the receivers, the running game, and and coaching, making sure that we're, have things detailed the way that the players need them detailed. So, it's a collective process on offense. It's about team execution, and that's what we all need to focus on. The line, quarterback, the receivers, the running game, and and coaching, making sure that we're, have things detailed the way that the players need them detailed. So,
what do we have problems with this year? What do we have problems with this year? Details, outsides, huh? Listen, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Phil Jackson don't become available every year, y'all. Okay? I want to make that clear, dog. Phil Jackson's, Jimmy Johnson's, and Bill Belichick's, bro, they don't just come available, bro. Okay? So before we get uppity and just minimize this to young versus old, I really want us to actually do some research before we speak emotionally, right? I want us to really go look at some of these candidates, right? And let's talk about some like real logical stuff. I'm serious. That mob, I'm telling you, that mob mentality is going to hurt us. I'm telling you, we need to keep that. Keep that. No, I'm cool. No. So listen, I told you, let me go back to Mike Florio. See, some of y'all thinking Mike Florio just trying to get attention. No, what I'm seeing is, or he trying to be first. What I'm seeing is Mike Florio was basically doing his journalistic duty and connecting dots that could connect. I'm just keeping it real with y'all, bro. I told y'all I was gonna measure this Kool-Aid. I told y'all, bro. When I tell y'all, if I say, listen, man, I measured this Kool-Aid, I'm serious, bro. Let me go back to Mike Florio. Y'all give me 1 second. Thank y'all for being patient too, man. Because I know this is a long show, but sometimes when you making a case, you gotta go through it. You gotta break this whole thing down. I gotta talk about the different philosophies and stuff that's out there, man, and the specific reasons why I'm not subscribing to just the generics of I need a guy that's, young, old, fat, slim, new, innovative. All right, bro. That person gotta fit Dallas, okay? Don't leave that out. That person got to fit the culture of Dallas and be able to fix it. Because it's not just coaching now. It's a culture problem. Just keeping it real. Let's listen to Mike, though.
The fact that Bill Parcells went there at one point, I mean, there's some deep-seated stuff between Parcells and Belichick, and Parcells didn't succeed ultimately. I mean, he was okay, but they never went to a conference championship game. If Belichick could do...
So what Mike Florio talking about is the motivation for Bill Belichick. So he's saying basically he want to be able to show up Bill Parcells. He's saying that Bill Belichick is motivated to be our coach. That's why he's connecting the dots. And he didn't bring up Don Shula either. That's another motivation. Okay, that's another motivation. But right now, the big thing that he's talking about are what are the driving factors that's making him right that it's a possibility that Bill Belichick could be Dallas Cowboys' next coach.
In Dallas, what Parcells failed to do, like he did in New England, what Parcells failed to do, that's another big feather in Bill Belichick's cap. So there's a lot of reasons to take this seriously.
Here's a local tie-in that the national people, may not know. You'll know it, but I don't know how many people on the networks. Belichick coming here may cost them Will McClay. and they treat and I think view Will like a family member.
And remember, he already addressed that. He already told them that Bill Belichick likely has no problem with giving up personnel, but he gonna address it again.
How much of an impediment do you think that would be? Or Bill would want to work with Will McClay? I don't know if it would be vice versa, given Belichick's personnel history, whether Will and his scouting department would want to work with them.
Well, I think that this is the perfect opportunity for Bill Belichick to slip out of the I have to run everything mode and just coach the team. When there's a structure that's already in place that supplies him with personnel, if he can just spend all of his efforts and energies game planning, breaking down film, he's still one of the best who have ever done it at X's and O's and game day coaching. It's one of the reasons why it's not easy for the Patriots to move on from him. What he does well, he does incredibly well. It has just got to the point where the weaknesses were glaring. They were getting worse. The innovations, resistance to change, staff too small, doesn't trust enough people.
Now, he also now talking about some of the negatives of Bill. Staff too small, trust issues, lack of innovation. He keeping it real.
That dragged them down. And the thing that I think really poisoned the relationship was the decision to make Matt Patricia the offensive coordinator last year when he'd been a defensive coach all of his career. That was a mistake, and I think everyone saw it going in, and it blew up in Belichick's face. And that, I think, was the thing that made this year inevitable. And if you can just take all that stuff off the table and let him coach, if you give him a good team and let him coach.
What is Dallas? Dallas done win 12-5 3 times. Is this a good team or not? See, I know y'all want to say this team suck because they didn't win in the playoffs, but let's just be smart. Let's just use our brains, not our emotions. Is this a good team or what?
He could probably coach them better than anyone else and take them farther. If I was a Cowboys fan, I would be very excited about the possibility of getting Bill Belichick. And
I am.
Nothing against Mike McCarthy. I mean, it's kind of like we got the best of both worlds here. Let's see how the Super Bowl potential run goes. Let's see how far we go into the postseason. And if it fails, then maybe next year it's Bill Belichick.
And it failed. And it failed. He said this because this interview was from last week. Yeah. So I just showed y'all this man's crazy attention to detail on display. He literally talked about the Cowboys back to the 60s. He named almost every player by name. He talked about the defense, the scheme, the offensive philosophy, the changes that we made, the special teams captain, the middle linebacker, what he does, what Dak is doing, what Cook is doing, what CeeDee Lamb is doing, what the offensive line is doing. He said all of that with no notes. And I'm talking about the coach. He naming the coaches, but he talked about the scouting department. Oh, but he don't. He's not interested, boss. So, going back to my thumbnail and measure Kool-Aid report. We talked about who is the person. Now, this is the key part. If you've been asleep, wake up, because I'm finna get to the meat of the whole presentation. I'm finna get to the meat of the whole presentation. And you know what's dope? The meat of this whole presentation came from JESSE HOLLEY. And I want to just say, JESSE HOLLEY, I just want to say this. This is off the presentation. It's one of the most authentic men you'll ever meet in your life. I'm going to just tell you that from meeting him a lot of times, talking to him a few times. Not you talking about anti-Hollywood, not bigger than the common man. That's Jesse. So the reason why Jesse is the perfect person to make the case, in my opinion, for Belichick, even though he wasn't actually making the case, he made the case, and I'm gonna show you where he made the case. Okay? Because we have something very unique in Jesse. That's why we got him down there in the bottom left corner. He played for both organizations. Because now when you got somebody that's played for both organizations, then that person can compare and contrast the organizations. And see, this is the beautiful thing. I did a show with Jesse Holley in West Coast 3 years ago. And I asked him, and let me tell y'all something. I asked everybody from New England this question. I asked him, what's the difference between New England and Dallas? And his answer is, in my opinion, the answer to what we need. Now, when we did this show, Jesse Holley was making the case for Mike McCarthy. Because for good reasons, he believes Mike McCarthy's a good coach. And we also agreed at that time. But listen to this, because I told you I'm making the case. And I'm going to break this down. Here we go.
What would that be? And your answer was put football first. And you was obviously talking about the old regime. We're under a new regime.
Hold on, let me rewind a little bit. Cause my question was missed. Here we go. All right. This is a show from 3, maybe 4 years ago. Listen.
Out with his receivers over the offseason. You've seen reports and you've seen, pictures and stuff of that. So this part is this is the easy part. This is easy. I don't.
This is an old show. I also put the link in the description, so y'all go look at the whole show if you want to. I also put all the links in the description, so you can always double check my work and cross reference what I'm saying.
I don't have to do anything. Cowboys don't have to do anything. Dak doesn't have to do anything because we haven't been faced with the deadline just yet. Once we get closer to July 15th, you'll all of a sudden see talks intensify.
Yeah, I keep going back to SportsCon because West Coast had a fire question, and then you had, to me, even a fire answer. He asked you this, and I want to continue this question as well.
So I'm showing right there where we was at SportsCon. So that's actually where I met Jesse for the first time. I met Jesse for the first time at SportsCon. He treated me like a brother, didn't even know me. Cool as hell. I'm talking about Jesse is cool, bro. Down to earth. Authentically, bro. I promise you, I could have called Jesse right now and say, Jesse, can you get on the show and we talk? He would have been like, yep. Unless he was busy. He would have been like, yep, I'll be there. He cool, bro. But listen.
And then I shouldn't have maybe just one more. He said, if you could take one thing from New England and the Patriots and you play with them, so you saw both cultures, and give it to the Dallas Cowboys, what would that be?
So that's my question. West Coast go jump in there with another question. Y'all be patient because he gonna end up answering both. Y'all be patient.
And your answer was put football first. And you was obviously talking about the old regime. We're under a new regime. You just got through meet with Mike McCarthy. Is football first? And what is your gut instincts with this new regime versus what you had with the old regime? Is football first, and why?
Jesse, before you answer though, can you do us a small favor, please? Because you dropped a gem the other day on the show when you were talking about Mike McCarthy and getting on the show early and stuff like that. Like, you only on that show, it only took you 3 minutes to do it. You talk fast.
I see everybody's super chats. I have a whole section of super chats. I saved all your super chats. I'm gonna get to them.
You do, but I need you to drop that same gem here because this is remarkable. Like what he experienced with Coach McCarthy, and this just tells so much. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tell the story. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll start with that, then I'll get back to that second part of the question. The other day I was fortunate enough, and I've been fortunate enough like the last 5 or 6 years, and I have an opportunity, me and some other guys, to talk to the rookies every single year. And so as I log into the Zoom calls, we're all doing Zoom calls now, as I log into the Zoom calls, I'm there about 10 or 15 minutes before anybody else gets in there. So I'm in there for a little while, and all of a sudden, Mike McCarthy pops on. And I'm like, oh snap, that's Coach. Now I've done this 5 or 6 years, and I don't want to sound like I'm kicking a man while he's down, but I was 5 or 6 years I had done this, and I was in the building, and the head coach never came in, never once. And here we are, new regime, new head coach, and maybe he's just trying to do this for now. I don't know, but it seemed authentic. And he comes in, now he's there before any other player is there, and so he and I got a chance to talk a little bit just off record, more just player coach type of relationship. And I'm asking, and I can basically ask him like, you're here early, coach, like what are you doing? He goes, I want to make sure who's logging in and what time they're logging in, because accountability is going to be rule around here, and they will respect your time as if you were a coach.
So he making a case on why he believed Mike McCarthy at that time was going to be the type of coach that instills accountability. So he was saying, based on what I went through, I always had talks with the team and stuff like that. Jason Garrett never came in. But he said Mike McCarthy came in to see who was on time and early, because he was like, I'm going to instill that type of discipline on this team. So he just telling the story.
Because you've given your time, and you guys are giving your time, and I want to make sure that guys aren't logging in 1 minute before the start time. I want to see who's logging in and what time these guys are logging in, because I'm holding these guys accountable. This is to be treated as if it's one of our meetings that I'm leading. Even though I'm not leading it, it's to be treated as such. And so that was one of the things that he kind of stressed about, was just holding that accountability level for every single person. And that these guys that are coming in as rookies, this is their first class. You have to understand this is the way that we're rolling.
So he had to go through West Coast question. Now he finna get to mine. So, which my question, remember, was if it was one thing you could take, or what could you take from New England and put in Dallas? Now listen.
We're functioning in this manner. You'll be respectful. You will be accountable. And all those things are how we will evaluate you. And to get back to your question.
So now he on my question. So my question is the key to understanding Belichick. Because remember, my question is, what in New England could basically Dallas learn from? Basically was what I was getting to. So now he getting ready to answer that question. And that key question is going to give you the key attributes that I believe we need to be anti-Hollywood. Listen.
The differences between, how it was with the Patriots and, the old regime and how the new regime was going to be. It's that big word that we hear. It's the accountability part. And that can't be, it's a word that we've heard used so much, but it's so meaningful and so impactful, because what I loved about the Patriots and what I've heard Mike McCarthy tell me.
So remember, he was speculating about Mike McCarthy. He was basically saying, I believe Mike McCarthy is going to be this type of coach in terms of accountability. But now he's talking about, I know I had accountability in New England. Now listen.
There will be a level of competition throughout. See, under the old regime, just because you was labeled the starter week 1, you were the starter through all the weeks, and nothing changed that. No one was allowed to challenge that. No one was, unless injury happened to take place, no matter what happened on film, you were still going to line up next week as the starter because, quote unquote, that's what you were.
Did y'all see that this year? I'm asking you a question. He said under the old regime, he talking about under Jason Garrett, if you was titled the starter week 1, you was likely the starter throughout unless it was an injury. In other words, it was pretty set in stone politically who the starters was going to be. He said in New England, it didn't work like that.
It's not that way in New England. New England is you the starter this week. But best believe if you don't get it right by halftime, I'll put someone else in there. And just because you thought you were the starter this week, if you don't perform as such during practice this week, you won't play next week. And there's countless and countless of examples from New England. And the one that I always bring up was when it was a running back. I think his name was Jonas Gray, right? Jonas Gray, 1 week, he rushed for 300 yards or 275 yards and 3 touchdowns. Balled out. Balled. He was late to a team meeting that next week. Not only did he not play, he didn't even dress. Now here it is, you went for a career high day 1 week, 3 touchdowns, 200 and something, 250 or 75 or something crazy. And you were late to a team meeting that following week and you didn't get dressed. The Patriots have a rule, if you're not talking about yourself and you're talking about a teammate, it has to be in a positive manner. And if I tell you as the head coach that we aren't talking about certain things and you talk about them in the media, you'll have to deal with me. Fast forward, rewind back to that time, he bitched his best receiver in a playoff game, Wes Welker, when he made the feet comment about Rex Ryan's white feet. That was during the playoffs. He benched his best receiver for a half in a playoff game. That matters simply because you will be accountable to what we say. Whatever our rule is, whatever our accountability is, you will either fall in line with that or they will be hell to pay. There was never hell to pay in the Jason Garrett era.
Was there hell to pay when Michael Parsons started talking about Philly was going to lose to Tampa? Would he stand for a podcast to where a player of ours is talking about other people? Would Hollywood be allowed with Bill? Would Hollywood be allowed?
Oh, hell no.
I told Jesse today. I said, Jesse gave us the answer 3 years ago. I swear to God. I told Jesse today. I said, yeah, Jesse gave us the answer to the test 3 years ago.
No one ever felt that there was going to be the hammer brought down on them, especially now. I always tell people, guys like me don't count. See, they bring the hammer down on guys like me because I'm really no value. I'm expendable.
Yeah, low hanging fruit.
I'm low hanging fruit. But if you want to set an example, you bitch Wes Welker.
Just to say, oh yeah, they made examples out of people like me. I was low-hanging fruit. But if you want a culture, if you want a disciplined culture, show the team that nobody is above the rules. Nobody. Boss, that's old school. You can't do that. Boss, you can't do that to these young players. Where your ass go be at home just like we are right now.
Yeah.
Then guess what I see? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
If he beats Wes Welker, the hell he gonna do to me? So
Right.
now you get in line with everyone else, and now everyone beats to the same, everyone, you know what I'm saying, to the same drum. And I think with Mike McCarthy, there's going to be a level of accountability, and there's going to be competition.
He was hoping that was going to be the case. You know? And he had good reasons to think that was going to be the case based on what he saw, him showing up to the Zoom call early, making sure. But the biggest thing is that Jesse knew that the accountability was already in New England. Well, that's why I was saying Jesse made the case for Bill Belichick 3 years ago about the problems that we seeing right now on the Dallas Cowboys. And I see a lot of people like, it wouldn't fly in Dallas. Yeah. That's why I've been telling y'all we need a disruptor. See, some of y'all just want a coach. I want a smart, innovative coach. See, that never factors in working with the Joneses. See, we lose every year. We want a new coach, and we never factor in what kind of coach do we really need. That's why I keep telling y'all, and I mean this, bro. We need somebody with some major ass skins on the wall. We need somebody that can say, yeah, I hear you on this, the draft philosophy. And I'm with that. Where basically y'all able to budget all the way into the future because y'all commit to giving most of your drafted guys the premier opportunities, because if they work out, you save so much cap money in the long run that you're able to keep a competitive team. But at the same time, I have to have a culture of fairness, Jerry. Because I'm with working your plan until one of your guys or your draft guys are just beat out. Because then at that time, I got to go what has always won me Super Bowls. And that has been accountability and week by week starters. I don't have these Josh Ball is going to continue to get a chance and Matt Walesko is going to continue to get a chance. And I'm not going to have a Marcus Kennedy that got 6 interceptions in preseason and don't move up the depth chart. See, Bill is not going to be for that. I'm going to just tell you that right now. Bill is not going to be for that. So this is why I'm making a case now. And this is why I'm taking no days off. We got our ass beat yesterday. I'm talking about how to fix it today. It ain't no days off. Because by the time we wake up, we might have the wrong coach up in here. With a bunch of good qualified coaches. So I don't want youth. I want skins on the wall. I want a vet. I want a killer. I want the GOAT. And I want to have clear boundaries. Just like you got to do sometimes with your relationship. You buy a house and then y'all trying to figure out what to do with these rooms. Right? And then on certain rooms you say, baby, listen, this room is mine. Whatever you do with that room, that's yours. But this particular room, this is my man cave. You have absolutely no say in here. We need that for the Dallas Cowboys. Between Belichick or a coach like Belichick and the Dallas Cowboys. This should be the agreement. If this is what I'm hoping they can work out. When it comes to personnel and picking the players, I'm going to give you a list of the groceries based on the meal that I want to cook. We'll go get it. Because I sit back and watch y'all, and y'all are the best at that. Go get it. But after you buy the groceries, leave me the hell alone how I run them. That's the boundary. I won't mess with you on the groceries. Don't mess with me when I'm cooking. So if I say, Dak, you are benched, that's what it is. If it's one of your favorite draft guys, that's what it is. That's your room. You can do whatever you want on the ladies' room. You can make it a movie room. You can make it a powder room. You can make it your content room, baby. Whatever you want to do, that's you. That's you. Handle that. But my man cave, don't come in here trying to tell me how to decorate my man cave. If I sit in here and fart all day and got nothing going on, this is my room. And I think they need a clear boundary between the two, and I think it's a chance it could work. And we do that. That's why I use that example, because a bunch of men with homes, we had to put our foot down on that type of stuff, because a lot of times your lady and yourself, y'all gonna have different tastes. It's true. It's true. And whenever y'all start trying to work it out, y'all be fighting. It's be like, just let me have my room. You have your room. We good. Now, the common room, we gonna have to compromise. Yeah. So, yeah, and there ain't no problem with Belichick. I already showed that Belichick already praised the hell out of Dallas. Some of y'all coming in late. Belichick already praised the hell out of Dallas, and I already said he looks at Dallas and tries to learn what they doing to be so successful in personnel. So we be making up boogeymans that don't exist. We really think Bill Belichick is going to come over here and be like, as a failed personnel guy, you think he gonna come over like, I have to have GM role if I'm gonna be over here? He's not gonna do that. He gonna come over here and say, listen, y'all, y'all got that. Let me just coach these guys. Let me just get them championship ready. Let this be my room. Let this be my man cave, the coaching part. And if y'all do that, I got you. But if y'all want to tell me who my OC go be and all that kind of stuff, and see, my boy say Belichick can't exist with Jerry. Well, what's our option? The same. Jerry need to go. See, that's what I mean. We be having ideas that sound good, but it's impossible, bro. See, that's why I say I'm not with the angry mob ideas, bro. Yeah, look, Jerry gotta go. Okay, bro. So you telling me he gonna walk away from a $12 billion organization because you mad? Nah, bro. Let's have some real solutions. I'm not interested in angry mob ideas. I'm serious. I see all these emotional ideas. Nah, bruh. Let's take some time and really think about this stuff. What's our true best option? And I agree. This is my brother. This is my blood brother. He say Jerry gonna hold Billy up too. See, but this is the issue. I think we got a short window with Bill. That's why, to me, we got to have somebody, bro. We got to have somebody, at least for a short period, that can say, this my room. Get out. Because we know Jerry like that wife that, oh, baby, I like your man cave. Oh, I got an idea. Baby, get out. This mine. Get. Then once you sitting there chilling in your man cave, she come in there again. Oh, baby, I had a vision for your man. Baby, get. Yeah. So like, this is not the perfect idea. No, it's not perfect, bro. I know it's not perfect. I know. But it's a thought out solution, y'all. Just what it is. Based on the politics of the Dallas Cowboys. It's just what it is. All right. So I promise y'all I was gonna get to y'all super chats. I know y'all been waiting a while. Let me get to that. And then I'm gonna take some phone calls. I know this gonna be a long show, but gotta do what you gotta do sometime. Let's go. All right. Somebody say, I can. Yeah. Hold on real quick. Let me make sure you ain't talking to me. He said, I can't believe you're totally dismissing the ridiculousness of the Jones. You talking to me? I want to first make sure who you talking to. I just want to make sure you might be talking to somebody in the chat. But if you talking to me, you must have missed this whole presentation. This whole presentation was about what coach gives us the best chance to go against Hollywood. Which coach could come in and have the cachet to be a disruptor? So but I understand some people come in, they miss part of what I was saying. Let me get to these super chats. If he was talking to me, he might not have been talking to me. All right, here we go. Hold on real quick. Y'all give me a second to get these super chats ready to see. Y'all really blessed the show today, bro. Y'all went crazy on the super chats. I appreciate it. What the likes looking at? Like, what we looking like with our likes? Real quick. We all right? Oh, he said yes, you boss. So me. All right. So I'm gonna tell you, bro. You gotta go back and go listen, bro. You missed that part. I clearly. That's why I told people on this particular show, I'm building the case. So some of y'all came in at the end and some of y'all came in the middle and y'all miss what I was saying in terms of the right type of coach and all that kind of stuff and why. So you go just have to rewind, dog, because I'm definitely not missing the Joneses, bro. And that's what this whole presentation was about. But it happens, man. You know, I know people come in late. It happens all the time. And then James Ruff, one of my trucker homies. Be safe out there in this cold weather, brother. He said the two people this squad that has a Super Bowl pedigree let us down, DQ and Mike McCarthy. Yeah. And I agree. And I believe a lot of that has to do with their lack of ability to be able to push back. And that's why the coach gotta come in my opinion, the right way. Cause you gotta come in and it gotta be already understood. This is my room. You ain't got no say so on this. I ain't got no say so on who y'all pick. But y'all ain't got no say so on who I play. That gotta be understood. If that's not understood, Bill shouldn't come. Or he could be controlled just like Mike McCarthy. Because see, Mike McCarthy was controlled from the beginning. The fact that he allowed Kellen Moore to be his OC was proof that he was already cut the moment he walked in the door. So that's, yeah. And I've always told y'all that Dan Quinn was neutered or sullied or cut him off. I've been telling y'all Dan Quinn is not stupid. He been knew that people like Fowler was better than Armstrong. But when you come in as a failed coach, which that's how Mike McCarthy came in. That's how Dan Quinn came in. What do you have to stand on to push back? You don't. That's why we're at the house. So, and that's a very good comment too by Gary. He right. That's why my whole plan is about who can be a disruptor. I'm not looking for the smartest and the best coach in the world, because the best coach in the world still got to go through Jerry and Steve. It's about who can push back, who has the cachet to push back. So then he said, we will hold superstars accountable like regular players. Parsons need to stop on that podcast. Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. No access to Hollywood. And he talking about the benefit of Bill Belichick. That's a good super chat. Yeah, it's about anti-Hollywood Dallas. Boss, I'm with you on this hire. Everyone misses Jimmy Johnson. Bill is the closest thing to Jimmy. Bro, I don't know why this hard, bro. It is hard to some, I guess, though, bro. I guess it is. It ain't hard to me. This ain't hard to me. And then the Shannon, he said, boss, this is your Mount Rushmore show. I really did. I said, this is the best show. I said, I think this is going to be my best show ever. I really meant that too, bro. For those who stayed with it, because I told you I have built this case. This wasn't no type of content you was going to get fast. I had to build this. I appreciate that, Shannon. And then my boy Chris 214 say, also Bill wants to get out of Brady's shadow. Ooh, what better way to do that with the Dallas Cowboys? My boy Truth Only, and this means a lot coming from Truth, because I know how Truth is. Truth don't play. Truth don't have no favorites. You gotta make a case to Truth. That's why my boy name is Truth Only. He for real. If it don't make sense, Truth go tell you. Yeah. And that's why I said I needed to make my case. I showed you Jesse Holley. I showed you Bill himself and his attention to detail talking about Dallas. Yes, I love this man. That's what I'm talking about. No to Hollywood. Yes, we need a coach that can push back against Hollywood. And I ain't even just talking about Hollywood with the players. I'm talking about Hollywood in our front office. Because if you get Bill Belichick, you already know he is anti-Hollywood. He don't play with the talking to the media. He would have a major problem with how Jerry out there talking about affairs and stuff like that without talking to him. Oh, they would butt heads on that. That's a major philosophy to Bill, and he not gonna compromise what got him 6 Super Bowls. Yeah, James, you right. My boy say, I think a lot of us is worried about the energy it would take for Bill Belichick to deal with the Joneses. Right. That's why I want him though. Because we know it's gonna be some energy between them and some confrontation. But I want it to be a healthy one. I want somebody who got the resume to say, I ain't with that. I'm not doing that. Yes, it's gonna be some headaches. Yes, it's gonna be some headbutts. But hopefully what's first can make them all come together and work it out. Yeah, he say we couldn't make Parcells work. He didn't want T.O. Well, Ali, that's a good point, but keep in mind, what did I say in my example? We need to have us some clear boundaries, just like you or we would do with our lady. That room that you got over there is your room. You can do whatever you want. We bought us a 6-bedroom house just for you to have your room and me to have my room. So in this case is different, Ali. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it, Ali. He said I just got here. In this case is different. It'll be y'all get the players. I'm not the GM anymore. I just told you a list of what I would like, but Will McClay has full authority. That's your room. Y'all do that well, do it. But when it comes to me coaching, get out my way. That's the compromise. And I think that's what we should go for. So I got another super chat. He say, boss, we need someone that's going to bring structure, discipline, focus, detail. Well, shit, I just made the case. Good super chat. I just made that case. And then Chris 204 say, my only concern is when Bill wants to discipline star player for whatever reason, Jerry will veto it. That's why he shouldn't take the job unless he got that understood. It got to be understood. Jerry, if I got to run all these decisions by you, I'm not the guy. Either this is my room or it's not. I'm the one got the 6. I got twice as many Super Bowls as you got on my own as the GM and coach. I think I deserve the right to have at least a couple of years without your meddling. That gotta be the deal coming over. If that ain't the deal, shit, well, keep Mike McCarthy. Try to do it again. Try to run it back with Mike. So he said, if Bill comes, do you like Mike as an OC? Oh man, that'll be a dream come true. I doubt it would happen. But ooh, dog. Man, don't play with me. That's too bad. That's too fun of a thought. Though that's too fun. Don't play with me, bro. That's a good thought. Good super chat. And then another super chat. He said, what would be your argument for against Mike Tomlin? Just throwing a name. None. Mike Tomlin fit. He got the skins. He got the skins. Belichick got more skins. But he got the skins. We need somebody, just like I say, all these guys got to have a reputation, in my opinion. If we go try to go get them, they got to be the type that's all about competition first. It's no bastards versus sons. It's about the best man playing. And see, they walk Avant. He said, didn't Mike want to draft Schoon, the worst pick? I'm not sure. That's what's alleged. I'm not sure. It might be true. I'm not sure. I need to double check that. If you got evidence on that, send it to me and I'll check it out. And then my boy Dave Walker said, I'll take McDaniels if Bill comes. Me too. And I'll talk about the pros and cons of McDaniels. It's not as bad as what people think it is. It would be a system-based offense, though. A system-based offense. But the good news is Dak did have some success under a system-based offense. It wouldn't be as good as this one is, but I'd take it. You would also get with Bill an upgrade on that defense, a major upgrade. Your secondary would be a fool. Listen, you can't tell me 1 year. You can't tell me even 1 year where Bill Belichick ain't had no 6 secondary, bro. Your secondary would be, I'm talking about that whole secondary, bro. Your defense will be stupid good if we got Belichick. Don't you play with me. And some of y'all gonna try to make this hard. Oh, should we keep Dan Quinn? Oh, Belichick. Boy, if you don't get out of here, bro, that's not even a question, Joe Goofy. Boy, stop playing with me. Bruh. Don't even play with me, bro. That boy Bill Belichick called Dan Quinn unorthodox. Boy, y'all been... I played the clip earlier. He said, yeah, it's unorthodox. Bruh. Yeah. Let me keep going, man. We got some more super chats up in here. We only got a few more, then I'm gonna take some calls. I like that Mike Tomlin one though. That was a good one. He said Belichick flaws are our strengths. Chris 214, Chris 214, Chris 214, Chris 214. Man, that boy. See, listen, boy. I'm telling you, boy. That boy Chris 214. Man, Chris 214. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me try to charge my phone real quick so I can take some calls. Give me a second. Hold on. I'm down to 0, y'all. Give me a second, man. My bad. Damn. I done let the whole juice come on my phone, man. Goofy self. Goofy, boy. I got to get y'all on the phone on this show, bro. Y'all gonna even have to wait till I charge the phone. I don't care. I'm gonna get y'all on the phone today, bro. I ain't gonna do all this talking after we lost and not talk to y'all. I know y'all want to talk. So y'all, man, oh, dumb boss. Boss, how you let the whole juice go out your phone? You big weirdo, you. Nah, I ain't weird. There's nothing weird about your boy, boss. I need to stop saying that type of stuff about myself. That boy Chris say, Bill Belichick flaws are our strength. Boy, see, that's why I tell y'all, boy. Oh, boy, I tell y'all, we got the smartest fans in the world, bro. Ooh. Christian on phone. Oh, man. Okay. I've been waiting on this one. Philip Henderson say, boss, I see Bill Belichick like I saw Phil Jackson. He won 6 in Chicago and 5 championships in the lake. I'm gone. I should have read that a long time ago. I'm gone. I'm out of here. Man. I can't even handle no more, man. I can't even handle no more. I can't even handle y'all super chats no more. Man, y'all going crazy on these super chats, man. God dog. That's the vision that I'm seeing too. You put Belichick coaching with Will McClay, ability to team build, bruh. Phil Henderson said it, and I stand with it. They just gotta work together. And see, this is the thing, bruh. Jerry and Steven, and they to a degree do get a bad rap, bro. On some things we go too far. Like, we act like Jerry, Steven, and Will are just complete idiots. Nah, they not idiots at all. And matter of fact, they damn good at getting talent in Dallas. That's why I say I ain't with the mob stuff. Because then what we start doing, we start throwing babies out with bathwater. Yeah, culture. Yeah, we got some culture problems. We got some culture problems. I'll be the first to admit it. But talent, we the best in the league. It's about putting it together with the right coach, in my opinion. Or your current coach got us some kind of way. If we end up staying with Mike McCarthy, it has to be some deeper accountability on this team. Oh, man. I don't know who you are, boy, but you killing on these super chats because everything you saying in these things are fire. My boy say winning the ring in Dallas is more prestigious. And and it's more lucrative. It's way more lucrative. Listen, Bill Belichick life will be so good with just 1 ring in Dallas over 6 rings in New England. I promise you that. If Bill Belichick get 1 ring in Dallas, bro, he just need 1. That boy life would be, it's already stupid. It'll be stupid. Hold on real quick. Boy, I done got this phone back on. I'm telling you, I'm a beast. All right. Y'all already in the queue. Y'all wild. I already got people in the queue, man. Y'all dope. I promise y'all, man. Y'all some. I love Dallas Cowboy fans, man. We the best fans in the world. Don't you ever let nobody tell y'all that we are not the best fans in the world. So we got us another super chat. He said, "We need Mike Tomlin, boss." Well, is he still with Pitt? He gotta quit. He gotta quit. If he quit, then we can have that conversation. Then we got another super chat. He said, "Appreciate your hard work and dedication." Yeah, bro. No days off, baby. None. Gotta keep fighting. Yeah, we gotta keep fighting. It's just what it is. Talking division around from our fan base was goofy. Oh, Chris. Yeah, man. All right, so yeah, so this is the last super chat right here, and then we go take some calls. He said, "Yo, boss, I really appreciate for what you this past season." He left a word out. You kept my hopes. Oh, I read that one. So anyway, man, let's get on this phone, man. I can't wait to talk to y'all real quick, man. Let's get it.
Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Down the bottle, it be going right through me. Brown baby, down to take a flight to me. They think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me.
Let's go.
Piling paper, got them talking nice to me. Guess that's why the labels want the rights to me.
They want the rights.
City on my back and it feel light to me.
City on my
they
back.
Think that I'm stunting, but it's slight to me.
What? That boy say city on my back and it feel light to me, man. Y'all better listen to the lyrics that be in my songs. I be meaning it. All right, man, let's go. Let's hear from the family. Let's hear from the BCS executives. Let's go. Yeah, give me a second. All right, we got 4 people in the building. I love it. I see B Bird. I know he was gonna come in. That's the culture warrior. B Bird is the culture warrior. I can't wait to talk to you, B. Y'all give me 1 second, man. All right, so listen, I got 4 people in the queue. So I'm finna lock these phones, bro, because I've been having it up a minute. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all 10 seconds, bro. For people who want to try to get in, I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I ain't playing. All right, B Bird.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me, man?
Yep.
Hey, boss, how you doing, brother?
Good, sir. How you doing, B Bird?
I'm doing good, man. Not as bad as yesterday, but we're making it.
Yeah.
But I do. I've been spotting you on Twitter today. I'm just starting to get active on Twitter a little bit. But the Belichick thing that made a lot of sense to me just right off the back because. I'm a guy that basically think that if you get the culture, culture right, then you're gonna get everything else is gonna roll downhill. We've never got that right. We go get these players and we wonder why we throwing Tony Romo under the bus, we throwing Dak Prescott under the bus, we throwing all these great players under the bus. But really, I always say it's like this: how you gonna blame the child when the mama going to the club every night and the daddy alcoholic? You know what I'm saying? You can't do that, right? You're talking about, well, this child need to do better. They ain't got no structure. Look at the parents. You know what I'm saying? And so when you get the structure right, then everything else kind of rolls downhill. Now, one of the things that I heard you say, which is interesting, the power has to be done in the negotiation for taking a job. Like you have to get those things in place at that moment. Because I'm going to tell you, and I told Scott this, I said, man, I was one of the first people that pointed out that, no, McCarthy ain't going to have control. And he said, why? I said, because he has Kellen Moore. And then Scott was like, well, what that means? I said, no, this guy called plays at Green Bay. Why would he want a guy that's just from Boise State, has no experience, say, the Joneses, that was a condition of him taking a job to take Kellen Moore on. And it proved out to be correct.
Right.
Well, Mike McCarthy could have said, "No, man, look, I'm Mike McCarthy. I want to call plays. I've called plays before, but no." The Jones said, "Hey, either it's this, or you don't get the job. So he took it, and once you did that, you cut your knees off at that point in time.
Yep.
But what you almost have to have is a guy that's see, they never really got into a bidding war for a coach or something like that, where it's a coach where 3 or 4 other teams want him, and you have to actually make some concessions to get him. And so the coaches, think about the coaches that they've had. Who wanted Jason Garrett? Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Who wanted McCarthy? Nobody. Who wanted Campo? Nobody. Who wanted Shan Gailey? Nobody. They want these coaches that come hat in hand. So guess what? Now when I can negotiate with you, you want this job so bad, you're going to let me do whatever I want to do and continue to do with this team.
Yoga fire!
Bill Belichick to come here and Atlanta wants him. It could be Carolina wants him. And now you got to say, okay, now we want Bill if we need him. But what can we do to get him? Bill going to say, hey, man, look, you can't mess with this football part. I got this. Y'all can take the other part because I think at 72, he don't want to do all that. I think he just wants to coach the team. I also think this team is attractive to him because the talent is already here. He doesn't have to wait. I also think that it's about a 3-year deal that he would do. He probably wouldn't even be here 5 years. He'll be here 3 because he feel like, man, look, the talent, I can just turn this thing around in 1 year, man, 1 or 2 years.
Yep.
So I think it's a proper fit. But I think that the power has to be, the structure of the power has to be done at the negotiating table.
Yep.
And so that's where these other coaches fail because they just want the job. And they'll do anything to take the job. And the Joneses want to operate the way they want to operate. But Bill Belichick is the guy. People talking about, well, he's 72 years old. Dude, we need him more as a culture changer than as anything else. I don't care about the X's and O's or anything like that. We got the players in here. We don't have a culture. I was listening to a Javon Hargrave interview. I know it's this name. He's not on the Cowboys, but he went from Philadelphia to the 49ers. And it was just a little interview. And he said, hey, man, what's the difference in the culture? He said, when I came from Philadelphia and came here, he said, man, it's work. It's in San Francisco. And he said, man, it's physical down here. And they hit. He said, man, y'all, he told the guy, man, y'all still do this? He said, man, y'all intense down here. That's working. Well, that's why you go to a Philadelphia and you could punch him in the mouth if the 49ers score 40 points in their house. Why? Because you built tough. You built strong. There's no finesse in your game. You got a strong defense, a solid running game, and you can take those things anywhere. We have to bring toughness back in. Only way you're going to bring toughness back in is bring accountability back.
Yes.
I think I read somewhere today, a content creator said that, and I don't want to say his name. He said, man, you can't coach players hard anymore and be tough on them no more. I've talked to other players in the league that say that you can't do that.
No,
that don't mean you can't be
I saw the
accountable.
conversation.
That don't mean that,
he was talking about fear.
Fear. That's correct. But the fear is this. Let me tell you what fear is. Fear is just taking your playing time.
Right.
Fear is sitting Sam Williams on the bench when you making 2. Do you know that Sam Williams is number 8 in the league in penalties and he don't even start?
Man,
that's crazy. He should not. But he has no repercussions to his actions.
Right. And see, I saw that conversation because I know to a degree I know what he's talking about. Like all that hard coaching and all that, cussing at players and treating them like slaves and all. No, that's over.
Yeah, that's over. Yeah.
But what you talking about is fear from accountability. That should never end. I agree.
That should never end. Absolutely. So what it is if you're not, like you said, a guy shouldn't be able to be a starter game 1 and be a starter game 18 because somebody that does not a coach says that, right? Like a GM shouldn't say that, or president, vice president, or owner shouldn't say
a scout.
Why? You don't know who's the best.
Right.
This other kid could be behind them playing better.
Right.
Get the best people on the field. Get the politics out. It won't be no politics with Bill Belichick here. Only politics it'll be is if I'm the best, I'm gonna play.
Yep. What did Jesse Holley say? He said starters was week to week.
Week to week. I love that,
man. Week to week. So that team was always on the edge. That team was always maxing out. That team was always trying to show that they deserved their job. That's why that
always,
team didn't make mistakes, because everybody was earning it every week.
That's right. That's right. Because it makes you, and I'm gonna tell you something else. Let's go to something else that you said, and I love.
Yeah.
Hey man, everybody loves Coach. I saw this little thing that Jane put out today. I don't know if you saw that on Twitter.
Saw it.
Said that about the meat. I said all that stuff is soft stuff.
They love the coach.
Stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they love the coach.
They don't fear the coach.
Let me tell you something. Fear will motivate you more than love will.
It's true.
Let me tell you something.
The fear of the Lord is a good thing.
Yeah, and the thing about it, man, is at my job, man. Like, if somebody's, hey man, look, hey man, you got in trouble. You got one strike. One more strike, you gone. But tell you what, that is the best employee we have until that strike is over with, right? And so, because he know that the next thing, I'm out of here. Well, you ain't got to ask him to do nothing twice. And that's how you got to beat, man. Jimmy even did that, man, when he was here. Like, he cut a dude.
Yep.
just to show. And so what I'm saying is name another person that's going to bring that accountability to Dallas. Who has the cachet? Who has the skins on the wall? Because people talk about a young coach, I ain't got to repeat it because I said it too. He just don't have the skin to have the power to go against the Joneses, because sometimes it's going to be a thing in the media to where they say, well, why'd you do that? And you got to have enough to say, oh no, I chose to start this guy. And to whereas you got enough skin to while when the Joneses come back and say, well, I think that, no, Jerry, that guy won 6 Super Bowls. What are you talking about?
Right.
You ain't won since the 90s. That guy won 6 Super Bowls. He got the most. He is the best coach ever in NFL history. Now that's his opinion. So why should we go by your opinion?
Yeah.
And Jerry just gonna back off. Like why?
Right.
Because it's the same
at
thing
least
he
for a
was
little
doing.
while. At least for a year or two.
A little while.
At least, and that's all we might need, B-Bird. To your point. Yep.
That's all. That's all. Because the Phil Jackson analogy was great. Because what he did is the talent was already there, right?
Yep.
He had came in and brought in the championship pedigree, and then put them in the system, and they won.
Yep.
That's what it was. It's like the talent is already here. We don't have the coach or the culture to get them there. He brought the coaching in and the culture to get them to the next level. That's the same thing, Bill Belichick. That's and people was talking about what's the coach from Tennessee?
Vrabel.
The type.
Vrabel.
It's not the same. People talking about
no. That's the same. He a younger version. What?
No, he no younger version. He's just younger.
He's just younger.
He's just younger. He's not a virgin.
He's not a virgin.
He won a virgin.
He win a ring or something.
Yeah. And only other person I can think of is Harbaugh, right?
Yeah.
To have some cachet to come in and do the same thing.
Yeah.
And
Harbaugh.
You hit on the same two people.
Yeah.
You hit on the same two people that I was thinking about. That's the only two people I want.
Me
man.
too.
This team, the reason why, because you don't have to change your whole roster up if you bring them in. I think this roster is pretty good.
It is.
We do need 2 legitimate linebackers, right?
Yes.
We do need 2 real linebackers.
Yes.
And bring a toughness culture here, man.
Right.
We gotta get tougher, man. We just not tough.
Nope.
Because at the first sign of adversity, man, we're not mentally tough nor physically tough. At the first sign of adversity, we fold, man. Just like and we're not a comeback type team. Why? We're front runners, man. When we get out in front and get ahead of you, boy, we clown. But when we down, now doubts start coming to our eyes, man. And you could see it yesterday.
Yep.
And so we need somebody to come in and say, hey, look, y'all, I've been here before. Now we gonna be all right. Also, too, our coaches have not had answers to the defense's questions. So when the defense does something, it was almost like when Kellen Moore was here. I'm talking about the game yesterday. Like they would do something and Dak go to the sideline wanting, hey, man, look, they doing this. What can we do? And they ain't got no answers to that. Belichick always has answers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's something that you could depend on. Though. I look to the sideline, I got the best over there. So whatever y'all do, I'm going to go over there and ask the best ever to do it. What should we do to get out of this? He going to know. Because why? He's done it with Brady. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's done it with a whole bunch of other people. And so what I'm saying is you got to have that guy in. I think every aspect of this team that's needed, he brings to that table. And so I saw he got interviewed by Atlanta today. They better not be sitting on their hands. That's all I got to say. Because somebody going to come in and scoop the guy up, and then now we're going to be looking at something else, and now the culture ain't going to never be fixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But look here, boss. That's my time, man. I appreciate you taking me on. Hey, I appreciate this show tonight, man. It was thorough, walking us through, bringing us all the way through why. And I think you made great points, man. I'm going to talk to you later, brother.
All right, B-Bird. Take it easy, man.
Yeah. All right, bro.
B-Bird always bring that juice, bro. Come on now. Y'all know that. All right, we got Chris 214. Hey, I got some good calls in the queue, boy. I like these boys. Who? Chris 204, what's up?
What's going on, boss?
Chilling, bro.
Hey, man, I completely agree with Sar was saying. We do need Bill Belichick. We do need a culture change. And yeah, bro, and it's like, if this is why it is so important to know our team. We could be so goofy, but Jerry Jones is always gonna put a good product on the field. No matter how goofy we get, we always gonna have a good product on the field. We've always had talent. Bill Belichick, he wasn't good at drafting. Like, I could only probably think of what I'm gonna say, like the big tight end. But what he's instilled in that team was discipline.
Right.
You said it was like, bro, he benched Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl for breaking a team rule. He said, you are not above the team. I don't give a damn what game it is. If you break my team rule, your ass is not playing. He did that. Like, that tells me a lot. You stand on your principle no matter what game it is. The Super Bowl, bro, you bench this man in the Super Bowl. You're best corner at that. So, hey, that's called standing on business. As what these folks, they like to say now. They're standing on business all day. So, I mean, like, I do feel like it's going to be a perfect match with some flaws.
It's going to be some flaws.
Please.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. Yeah, man. Like, it's just going to have to be understood. Hey, just let me do me. You stay here. I promise you. Hey, it's been 20-some years. Hey, I'm going to get you there. But just let me cook. Just let me cook, Jerry. And
let me have my room. My man cave. You can do whatever you want in the kitchen. You can do whatever you want in your room. We got a 6-bedroom house. Leave my man cave to me.
Yep. And also, bro, like I feel like Bill, he's not gonna say it, but I honestly feel like he kind of feels like he's in that he's kind of like an afterthought after went to the Buccaneers and won as soon as he left. And so, like, I really do feel like he wants to get up out that, that zone to where he feel like, hey, it wasn't just Brady now. It was me too. So what better way to do that, to put Dallas on top? The media's sweetheart. Like, come on, bro. Dallas? Hey.
Yeah. Let me take. Yeah, man. Appreciate the call, Crystal. For this is man. You always kill it, bro. Appreciate it. All right.
All right, bro.
All right, man. That was Chris 214. Hold on, Coach Q. Let me just answer this quick question. He said, "Boss, isn't that still mob rules by firing Mike McCarthy?" I don't know what you mean by that. Like mob rules. I don't know what that means, bro. I mean, I put it like this. It's all about just trying to improve the team, not about mob stuff to me. And who could take us to a place that we currently don't see? Let me just ask you a question. Do we see discipline on this team? And have you seen discipline on this team? Who never has an issue with discipline, never has an issue with accountability, and hardly ever has any issue with being prepared and a team prepared? That's the answer to me. I'm just keeping it simple. I don't know what you mean by that. Coach Q, what's up?
What's up, boss?
Chilling on it, big dog. How you doing?
You know, doing good. I think a lot of times we have a lot of young fans that listen to your show, which is great. So I want to answer Ali's statement about T.O. Well, Ali, you must be a young guy, because in 2005, we had the reason why Bill Parcells not want T.O. is because we had old butt Keyshawn Johnson and Terry Glenn, both with Bill Parcells guys. And he didn't want Keyshawn Johnson to be let go. And what did Jerry do? He let go Keyshawn Johnson, and we signed T.O. That's what happened. So I'm saying you're a young guy. You can go back and look at the history. This is exactly what happened. We signed Keyshawn Johnson, I believe, in like 2004, 2003. And he was old. He was almost done. We had Terry Glenn on the team. We had Patrick Creighton. Jerry was right. Bill was wrong on that. So I just wanted to get that straight, because I know we have a lot of young guys that don't know the history. But that's the history of that situation. For like me and you, boss, kind of know that situation. That's what happened back then. Number two, I agree with B-Bird, but I kind of disagree with B-Bird. Boss, dogs have fear, sir. Dogs don't have fear. Boss, you're a dog. I play against you. You're a dog. Boss, you have no fear.
Oh, no. Oh, let me explain the context. All right. So somebody told...
No, I got you. But what I'm saying, boss, is like Parsons don't have no fear. You know why? Because 32 teams want him. So for Parsons, you have to get his buy-in. When everybody want me, boss, that's why 5 stars, you can't just do anything with a 5-star athlete for those who do high school football, because of dogs. Certain dogs don't have fear, dog. When you're not a dog, you better be fearful. That's the difference. So like I said, I just want to put that part to it. So your whole team, you might have 10 guys that you can't do that fear tactic with, because guess what? He didn't deal with Tom Brady, because what Tom Brady did, he called his bluff. You can't do it to a big dog. You can. Jimmy Johnson, he said it. Jimmy Johnson said it himself. He did it with Michael Irvin or Traeger. He did it with people that wasn't him. That's all I want to say on that part. But
he picked his battles. Battles. But see, Eggman did get left for breaking. Like Eggman was in a press conference and showed up late.
Did too.
Yeah, so they had to take they had to take their own plane and pay their own dollar to get home.
Yeah, but they still played though.
No, they played. Matter of fact, Michael Irvin didn't play for the first quarter. So yes, you know.
And then number two, then the two coaches I think is perfect for the situation that you might talk on another show about this is Jim Harbaugh and Belichick. The reason why I say these are two perfect coaches, both of them have a track record of having a proven starting quarterback and not being scared to put in a young quarterback.
Yep.
Cowboys in the same situation.
Yep.
Harbaugh did it with Kaepernick.
Yep.
And
I talked about it. I talked about that on this show.
And so I know. Like I love that you keep your word. Because earlier when we got that quarterback, you said, "No, hey, at the end of the year, I'm gonna talk about what you did." Because that, I know people probably have guys by him. He's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. So Belichick and Harbaugh would definitely make it a quarterback competition.
You a week-to-week starter.
Yes. And guess who would love that? Jerry Jones. Because you know why? He don't want to pay him anyway. This be a buck. He would love to bring a coach in that has the balls to say, hey, Jerry, that guy you gave up before round pick to get, I think he can play.
Right.
That's all Jerry Jones needs to hear.
Yeah.
And number three, it'd be great for Parsons. You know why? Because both Harbaugh and Belichick, they run a 3-4 flex. What I mean by that, guys, you don't know what a 3-4 flex is. You have a 3-4, but your linebacker like Parsons will be more of a Sam in a 3-4 flex, and that's perfect for him. And I think that would change his whole projective, his whole projective going up. Kind of like what Coach Marr was talking about with the number of tackles that he needs and the interceptions, because just being an edge rusher, you're not going to get that. But in a 3-4, you're going to get those tackles. You're going to get those opportunities to pick the ball off in the flat.
Yeah.
You just are. And that'll make Parsons go to another level. Number two, both Belichick and Bill love to run the ball.
Yeah.
They do. The Patriots, Bill Belichick was last year or 2 years ago when they ran the ball on the Buffalo Bills 45 times. They throw a pass. I mean, dude, like if you want a person that's gonna run the ball, he's gonna run the ball.
Yeah.
And both Belichick and him run. They both run two tight end sets and love to do it.
Right.
Number two, I saw people talking about bringing McDaniels in. I would love, you know why, boss? McDaniels was the one that ran more picks than anybody. He ran more picks plays than anybody, dog. That's what he do.
Mm-hmm.
That's his offense.
Yeah.
I mean, he run true picks. Like, and what I like about Bill Belichick, he likes to push it to the limit.
Yeah.
And that's what you
He
need.
run legal
free.
picks.
So,
He run perfectly legal picks. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yes. And so I was thinking about this. Now, then when I started thinking about McDaniels, I said, you know what? His type of offenses that's the offense. Plays. He runs options. I mean, he dude, like not options, but he runs speed outs. I mean, dude, like it's a perfect scheme for that. If it's that or the young guy, and so like I said, those two coaches would be perfect. Then number three, if you couldn't get them, would be Tomlin, because those three guys are strong enough and they have the balls. And they're not going to let Jerry run over them. Period.
Yeah, at least for the first 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need somebody. That's why I say. That's why I say we gotta have somebody with that skins on the wall. Like, I feel, if this is an organization where Jerry and Steven was hands off, I'm with the young coach idea. You know what I'm saying? But nah.
And last but not least, all three coaches that I mentioned have drafted all pro linebackers.
Yeah.
All three of them like real linebackers, boss.
Yeah.
Something that you preached on for maybe a year and a half.
No.
I mean, real
4 years straight, bro. I've been talking
dog.
about linebacker 4 years, bro.
People forget them linebackers that's in San Fran. Jim Harbaugh linebacker.
Yep.
That's not that current coach.
Yep.
Bill Belichick always have gangster linebackers. Cameron, you know him. So these three coaches,
always.
They don't know anything else.
Ain't no safeties at ain't no safety linebackers, bro. Stop.
Right. You might can talk about Bill Belichick not being able to draft. He can draft a running back. He can draft a running back. Harbaugh, he can draft a running back.
And we ain't got worried about him drafting. I mean, that's not my job, man. I gave you the groceries of what I need. Get it.
That's right. And so, as Cowboys fans this year, we was kind of hurt at the running back position, and we was kind of hurt the linebackers. Well, boss, all three coaches that you're talking about, those three things, when they go into Will McClay office, they're going to tell them, hey, I need a linebacker that can play all three downs. I need a running back that has power. That's what he's going to hear. He's not going to say, I need this. That's what you need, boss. And for Cowboys fans, that's what we saw it. I mean, this last game, the linebackers. Boss, if we had two linebackers, I don't know if we would have won the game, but I can tell you we wouldn't have got blown out. Not like that. I mean, and boss, I threw my phone. I think I broke it when Clark down at the goal line with the other way, boss. I lost it.
Yeah,
I lost it. The whole team goes to the right, and you go to the left. He goes into the hole you vacate. And boss, I talked about this on the other show. That's what happens when you don't have a real linebacker coach coaching linebackers.
Yep. Scott McCurley.
So nothing. So nothing else. You know Belichick, you know Tomlin, and you know Harbaugh are going to have coaches in positions to do what they need to do on that. I mean, I love this show. This might be one of your top 5 shows.
I think I said I believe that too,
how,
bro. I believe that for real. I think it's my best show, bro.
I mean, he is such a savant. I mean, like he really is. I mean,
he's a savant, bro. He's a savant.
Every team waits. And you talked about this maybe yesterday or the day before. Every team waits for the Patriots to play them, to play a team, to see how to beat them, because they know Bill's going to come up with a plan to beat you. That's just what he does.
Right.
That's how savant he is.
Yeah. Super savant. Super. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like I said, I mean, I pray that, you know, hopefully Jerry has had a chance to sleep, and I hope that he go ahead and shake his hands and say, thank you so much for the past 3 years. Did an awesome job, but we're going to another direction.
Yep.
I need Jerry Jones, the businessman, to step up to the plate and be business. Don't be no friends, be about business. Say, hey, appreciate you. You have taken us as far as you can take us. Thank you. And buzz him on out the door. Hey, Dan Quinn, good luck in Seattle. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for everything you've done. Have a good one.
Yeah, man. Appreciate the call, Coach.
That's what
that was
big time, boss.
All right. Yeah, man. So, real quick before my boy DP go, my boy Belichick doesn't want any part of the Cowboys. All right. So, I'm going to just say, I could always tell people who came in late. I just want you, I have the link in the description, okay? I have the full link of Bill Belichick. All you got to go do is listen to him when he was breaking down Dallas, all right? So when I do these shows, I do a lot of research. I don't just talk. I don't do content just to try to entertain you. That's not my goal. I really treat this like I'm making a case like an attorney. I really do, bro. I'm gonna come with the facts. I'm gonna show evidence. Bill Belichick want to be a Dallas Cowboy coach. Don't you ever think anything else? And it's obvious. You might have to just go watch the show again. Real talk. DP, give me 1 second, bro. Let me get you going real quick. DP.
Boss Cowboy, what's it do?
What's up, bro?
Man, you know, I was mad earlier, and I was talking to my brother. I told you I got a brother that's a filthy Eagles fan, man.
You feel better?
And
you feel better?
He told me, he said, man, we finna take this loss tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Know what I mean? So it wasn't even like I could call him and talk crazy. He had already laid down for the hit the field. Know what I mean?
That's funny,
so
bro.
Those y'all don't know. Me and Boss always have fun on the phone. Our birthdays is a day apart. So y'all gonna have to let us vibe real quick.
For real.
Boss, you don't know how mad I was. You know how we talk about it all the time. Like, if people who can't recognize patterns in people's behavior are doomed to be duped over and over and over again.
Well said.
But I was sitting up and I said to myself, I said, man, I got so mad at somebody at one point today. I said to somebody, I said, you know, we treated our linebacker position, really our whole second level of our defense, really, because all the different folks that we got in and out of their moonlighting. We treated our entire second level the last 3 years the way we used to treat safety the 8 years before that. And somebody said, man, what you say? Because a Cowboy fan just happened to be behind me. Dude walked past, he got a hoodie on. He still walking around with his head out, and he talking crazy. He said, what you say? And I said, bro, we treated linebacker the last 3 years same way we traded safety for the last 8. And he said, what you mean? I said, well, let's be honest, we got lucky when we signed Kurtz. And when we got him, we got KZ. And I ain't mad at KZ for the year he gave us, but KZ wasn't quite up to par yet either. Know what I mean? Then we got lucky and brought in Hooker. And know what I mean? I know they came around the same time, but Kurtz hit the field and was like a bat out of hell. And it makes sense. He was fresh. He was playing reserve roles, but learning different schemes and how to play in different roles under different coordinators. So by the time we got to him, he was a well-rounded player with a hell of a skill set, being 6'4" and being able to cover man-to-man.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? But Stephen Jones got him a cheap, good player. And we overused him. Got him beat up. That's why he's been hurt the last 2 years. Know what I mean? But man, I was sitting there. We was so happy about Dono and Hooker and Kurtz, and we was like, yeah, we finally fixed the safety position. Yeah, and turned the blind eye to the fact that while we were celebrating these beat up veterans, no hate on Dono. I still got a lot of love for Dono. But while we looking at these beat up veterans and we celebrating them, we holding back Izzy and Wanye.
True.
The whole time, know what I mean?
True.
But getting back to how we did linebacker like safety, so we happy about safety for these last 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking about it, and I said, man, I remember the previous 8 years, we would pay boys, and then for no fault of their own other than the fact that we paid them, we would release them so that we could use their contract money elsewhere. And we did it to the point that we would strip down the dudes who really should have been special teamers being starters, but they were our guys.
Our
so we
guys.
was rocking with them.
Yep.
So we was rocking with them. So we end up with a 5th round draft pick in Xavier Woods and an undrafted free agent in Jeff Heath being our starters for a number of years. Well, I'm looking at our linebacker position, and we cut draft picks to make a underperforming starter who's already well underpaid for what the position we trying to put him in, to make him feel secure. We cut all the potential challenges to him.
Oh, hell
And then
no.
when he got hurt, we bring in a dude. Leighton had like close to 100 tackles. This dude had 159. But we were so determined that we're going to make sure we get it back to Leighton as soon as he get back, that we buried this dude on the depth chart behind a 5th round draft pick and an undrafted free agent. And I said, boy, damn. Stephen Jones think anytime he can save money and get away with it, he doing something smart.
Bruh.
But bro, you paved the way for the league to embarrass us. And it's been there all year, and everybody knew about it. But for some reason, we just got it in our mind that folks is going to always let us get that lead so we can play the way we want to.
Bruh.
Man, we did this to ourselves, man. The front office did it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That blew me away when I thought about that, though. Like, boy, when it came down to it, Steven said we like our guys. He likes having 5th round draft picks playing next to undrafted free agents somewhere in a position where I can look good for it, no matter how much it costs us. But I saved some money.
Man, DP, bro.
You know how mad I was? And then you know what else I thought about, too? I was thinking about our defensive ends, bro. We got a 1st and 2nd rounder starting with a 5th round draft pick as a primary backup behind a 1st and a 2nd rounder. Like, what was Stephen Jones in these 5th round draft picks, bro?
Say, man.
He held on, but
can you stop reminding me of the painful past? God damn, man. Like, I was starting to feel better, man. You just...
But I bring all this up to say I agree 100%. if we don't get Bill Belichick, I know it's the last thing Jerry want to do, but we got to get Tomlin if we don't get Belichick, bro.
Yeah.
Because we got to have somebody who can come in here with enough moxie
Yep.
and enough balls to look team favorites and team captains in the face.
Right.
And demand greatness out of them. Know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, to be honest with you, the only team captain that should be safe on this team is DeMarcus Lawrence. And it ain't about his production. It's about the effort he gives. It's about the way that he always is alignment and assignment sound. It's the way you can sit there and say, you know what, load everybody else over there and put D-Law this way. I bet you they run to y'all. Know what I mean? Now, Michael Parsons and Sam Williams are products of Jerry Jones. Because Jerry loved DA and got to have his guy out there on the field. Sam Williams has been in a position for the last 2 years where even though I know I'm better than this guy, physically, mentally, I'm superior. He's going to get snaps. I have to make a splash to stay on the field. And y'all wonder why he's constantly jumping outside. Y'all wonder why he's making bonehead decisions trying to make a play. Y'all built him that way because your guy needed to be on the field.
Bruh.
Good job, Jerry. Michael, bro, I hope you understand this humbling that you're getting. You was made first team All-Pro because you surprised everybody as a rookie. Then we came out and for whatever reason decided to let you keep on going. Now you want to act like you get to call it and set shots. You arguing with your defensive coordinator all summer about what position you play. And yet it comes out at the end of the day, we let you play the position you wanted to play. You made another All-Pro team. But at the end of the day, we at home because everybody ran up the middle where you refused to put your 10 toes down. I need you to man up, young man, and quit trying to sit in the spotlight hiding from the fire. Trying to get in the frying pan, Michael. I'm sorry, bro. Somebody got to tell you.
Yeah, man. DP,
And that's
man.
how they need to talk to him, bro.
Yeah,
That's how they
and
gotta
that's why
talk
we
to
need
him.
DP. That's why we need the right type of coaches who can do that, man. Scott McCurley is not that dude that can, you know what I mean?
Bro, I've been on Scott McCurley head for 2 years, bro.
Yeah.
Like, Cowboys Nation, will y'all please remember Scott McCurley used to coach our tight ends, bro.
Yeah,
like,
man.
He was a holdover that we just put him and gave him a room to be in charge of just because. We didn't want to get rid of the guy, so that's the room we gave him.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, I have to put the linebacker room on the linebacker coach. You sat up and signed off on saying, no, I'm good with LVE. We don't need Bobby Wagner.
They did.
No, I'm good on LVE. We don't need to sign Evans, even though he was available all summer. And then when folks get hurt, you sitting there talking about, yeah, go ahead and let Cox and Harper, the two linebackers we got with the most reps with this team in practice and who actually play the position the way it's supposed to be played, let them go. We need LVE to feel comfortable.
Goofy.
Don't none of this shit happen without McCurry. Yeah, we can put Clark, who I ain't even really doing nothing with, but I'm gonna tell you, he can stand there in the middle with two guys that weigh 205 behind him, and Jordan Lewis little ass creeping up next to the tight end, and we gonna be all right. Come on, man. People talk about we soft, bro. You can't say that you're not soft playing dime all season. Ain't nobody fearing thumping with a dime package for 60 minutes.
Man, DP, man, hey, man, DP, man, I already been on a long time, bro, but you are cooking, bro. I'm trying not to stop you, bro, but you going on and on, but you killing it. I want to stop you, but I don't want to stop you.
Let me just get on this one last thing, too.
All right.
Mike McCarthy got his ass whooped in that game. We stopped running the scheme with 3 weeks left to go, and he started calling his favorite plays from the season. He looked just like Kellen Moore. I'll leave it like that. Mike got to go, too.
Man. That's where I am, bro. Sad to say, but that's where I am too. Appreciate it, DB Johnson.
All right, bro.
And that's hard for me to say, y'all. I like Mike a lot. But what's going to get us to the next level? We might need Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, we need to consider Phil. Just like the Lakers had everything. You know, and if it's, and if it end up being Mike McCarthy, I'ma rock with it. But let's keep it real. How many times is gonna be all of these just, man, we ain't gonna, I'm gonna tell you right now, we probably ain't gonna ever see these type of coaching candidates all together. If it was any other year, I would never be saying or doing a show about improving through coaching. This is a different year, y'all. This is where the talent pool of those coaches is just rich. And again, how many times do you get a chance to even hire a GOAT candidate coach? And this is a I think I need to end the show on that comment right there. Star franchises need star coaches. That was dope.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
Star franchises need star coaches.
Moving too bossy, we don't tread softly, but not flossy, the streets that taught me, moving too bossy, we don't tread softly, but not flossy, the streets that taught me, I'm just trying to get my nigga paid. We came from Section 8, and I knew I was at since the second grade. Man, I swear my time is coming, cause I'm never late. Came from broken homes and broken dreams to getting paid. Dollar bill, listen close, this is not a drill. Cause hungry trying to get a meal. I've been in light, who gon' pay a bill? I've been in action, been in traction, surplus with niggas lacking, shining light but still be blacking, red lights will stop the action, green to go, even when it's slow. Higher heights to balance out the lows. Can't ride the wave cause you ain't got a boat.